Hey everybody, what's going on? We're back with another episode of Blank Your Game, and this is episode 21. And just since we're old enough to drink now, we're drinking.
We're old enough to drink now? What about the rest of them?
Well, we're at that point. Drinking Stone Pale Ale. Vince brought a pack of that and a 6-pack, and then Ryan unfortunately did not bring the Guinness today because they were completely sold out of Guinness at Vaughn's. So he brought us Blue Moon Pumpkin Spice, Harvest Pumpkin Spice. So
Blue Moon.
Apparently Ryan's coming out of the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of today.
That's right.
How is it, by the way? I'm curious. I've never had it before.
Oh, it's interesting. It's interesting.
I'll probably taste somebody's.
That's pretty good. It's not too bad. We got a full house today. We got everybody in here, and we don't really have a whole lot of topics. We weren't really planning too much because I was barbecuing, cooking up dinner, getting stuff ready. So we're just kind of winging it, going through some stuff. New breaking news that came out today. Wii U got announced for a date and a price point, so we'll talk about that. iPhone just came out, but we're not going to really talk about it because
this is Blank Yo Game.
yeah, we're here to talk about games and not iPhones. And
Now
phones.
Blank Yo Apple.
Yeah, blank yo Apple. Try to think if there's anything else. That's about it, really. We'll look and see. Hopefully by the first break we'll have something that we want to talk about. If not, then we just might even cut this show a little bit short today because we weren't really too prepared.
Well, yeah, and most of the news is Nintendo, so
Yeah, everybody in the second cousin's
it's all
like,
about Nintendo.
Nintendo! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, Nintendo!
Oh my god!
So,
Oh my god!
I'm going to start off with my right side. Jason, you want to go off into what you've been playing, how we can find you?
Sure. My name's Jason. Username is House of Suffering on pretty much everything. What I've been playing. I bought some games on Steam. I bought cheap games. I bought Terraria.
Remember the name.
It's like 2D Minecraft type game.
Yeah, okay,
Where you're a
yeah.
little guy and you jump around. It's you're a real small little guy. But it's like a lot like Minecraft. You can destroy everything and then you can build stuff. And
Okay.
it's a lot like Minecraft, only it's 2D sprites.
Okay.
Looks pretty cheesy. Could be like a Nintendo NES game. Played that for about like 5-10 minutes and then I couldn't play it anymore. I also bought Botanica.
Botanicula.
Yeah, Machinarium.
Oh,
It's the new game from them.
Okay.
Yeah, so I bought that. I didn't get. Oh, actually, I did play that. I did play that for a little while. Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
What's the premise behind that one?
that one, same thing. It's like a real artsy point and click adventure.
Okay.
It's in 2D, but it's all hand drawn. And your little plant people, like your little plant creatures, and you somehow find the seed, and one of your teammates. I think there's 4 of you.
Okay.
Like ingest the seed, and then you're on this quest to go plant the seed and give it life or whatever, to keep it away from the spider that eats seeds. And all the little plant creatures are pretty like fantasy oriented and like pretty crazy looking.
Okay.
So you just click on stuff and stuff happens, and
Okay, strictly a point and click adventure. Any fun?
it was pretty fun. It's kind of funny, like the little stuff that they do. So I actually really enjoyed that. I played very little Terraria. I think I played like 2 minutes of it.
Okay.
But I just barely started out. So been playing PS3 wise, Metal Gear Solid. I actually started in on the trophies like Michael. I went ahead and got. Do you use trophy guides?
Once in a while I use a
I
trophy
pretty
guide.
much always use a trophy guide because I want to know I'm not going to fuck something up. I don't want to waste my time. So,
Okay.
so I'll look at one and I'll be like, okay, well, just to make sure that if my playthrough that I'm going to do, that I don't miss something that causes me a whole nother playthrough to get the platinum.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, see, I already know I'm not going to get the platinum.
yeah.
Because some of it is not very, very hard, but it's just like...
It's time consuming.
It's time consuming.
Yeah.
And I just finished up, since I originally bought the game in 2007 when it came out, this is my third playthrough of the game. And I was starting a fourth one, and I got one extra trophy because I got the Tessegun gun.
Shit, I forget what it's called.
It's called a Tessegun or Tessegun. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's a ball and musket shooter. But when you fire it, you get a 1 in 3 chance that you're going to have a whirlwind. And if
Is
you,
it Ted Saiga?
maybe.
Something like that. It's
Okay.
it's a Japanese word.
Yeah, Japanese word. Okay.
Yeah, so if you get the whirlwind, then you get a trophy. And the gun costs 500,000 points, driven points. So once I bought it, I was very close to the end of the game. And I was firing it, and I went through two full like 20 shots, so I shot like 40 bullets and not one was a whirlwind.
Really?
And I was like, what the fuck? And I realized I was inside of a building, so it wouldn't work at all.
Oh.
And then I started, and once I beat the game, I started up, and as soon as I got the Mark II came up and gave me all my weapons back on the next
You
playthrough,
bought
I
it.
ran outside, shot my first shot, boom, it was a whirlwind. I was like, kick ass. And then I thought I had to take somebody out, and it was all bing, trophy came up, and I was like, cool. I did get the solar gun, so that's just like
Did you try this? You didn't get it, or you did?
I did got it. So
Okay.
I got
Did
the
you
trophy.
try it yet?
You did
No, I
got
haven't.
it?
Yeah, I did got it.
He did got
He
it.
did it.
He did good.
I did. It's real
You did good.
You gonna try it though?
I haven't tried it yet.
That gun's pretty cool. It like knocks people out, but you have to charge it. And he charges it by using the sunlight. I think it might have something. Remember that old Kojima game for the Game Boy Advance where you had to play it outside? I forget what it was called. It was a vampire game. It was called.
No, I didn't.
Fuck. He made it for the Game Boy. It was you were like a little vampire hunter, and you played it outside, and there was a sensor on the cartridge that sensed sunlight, and it would give you power. Anyways, I think that's where that gun's from, because in the Metal Gear Solid, when you charge it to reload it, you push the reload button, he holds it up to the sky and goes, sunlight! And then your meter starts charging.
Oh.
And if you're indoors, it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty cool. But like you shoot people, it strips them of all their items.
Nice.
Like so you charge it and shoot them, they'll drop like 5 items.
Nice. So maybe that's how I can get like a lot of the iPod music, because like
Yeah.
you have to, because like some of the stuff I went on Metal Gear's wiki, and it was all you have to get it from a rebel soldier in Act 2, and the wiki is not anywhere organized. It's just like this song. It's all alphabetized instead of going by acts. Like Act 1, you can get this song and this song and this
It's
song.
easier.
Act 2.
So what you're trying to do is steal it from them?
You have to steal it from them. Like you have to hold. Sometimes
It's
you knock-
actually easier to just give people rations.
Really?
That's what I've been doing, and that works faster. Is if you give somebody a ration, they'll say, "Oh, thanks," but after like about 2 of them, they'll start dropping and giving you items. I've got like 3 iPod songs like that. Where
Okay.
They're like, "Here, take this." Sometimes they give you like Playboys.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Because one of them was like hold up the rebel guy. The rebel guy you're supposed to follow in Act 3.
Yeah.
And as you're following him, I had to go and knock him out, and then when I ran over there, I woke him up, and then as I woke him up, I held him up, and then I had to search him, and as I was searching him, he didn't drop the song the first time, and then I searched him again, because I was picking him up and dropping him, and nothing was coming out, so I said, well, let me search him. So I started searching him, and then I like literally, he does the point where he like squeezes him really hard and knocks him out.
Grabs their nuts.
And he grabs their nuts.
That's some weird Japanese thing. It's
Yeah.
just weird.
I grab your nuts till you
He
pass
like
out.
pats them down, and then the last part he just grabs their nuts and goes crunch, and then they just pass out and fall on the floor. That's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
So I had to do that twice, grab their nuts, and then I got the iPod song, and I was like, okay. And then I looked at, well, how many iPod songs are there? So when I went on the Metal Gear Wiki, I was like, yeah, forget that. That's a waste of my time. I was like, it's too much. I'm like,
You have to listen to them all?
you have to find them all.
Uh,
So that's the thing. Like when you have to go and find them, it's just like, ugh. And you can get it done, but it's just, if you go through an easy playthrough, I guess you can get it done easier.
It just feels tedious.
But it's just something tedious because like I play my games and I was like, okay, I know a trophy's coming up soon. I have to do this trophy or whatever, and I'll try to get that trophy, but I'm not gonna really go out of my way. Some people who will sit there and follow, like, look at the internet and this is what I have to do next, and then keep on playing. I can't do that. It takes me out of the experience of playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, even though my last playthrough of Metal Gear was rushed, I still had fun with
The
it.
game's pretty dang short when you skip everything.
Yeah.
So like my first playthrough when I started playing it over, I concentrated on not killing anybody, not being spotted, and not dying, not continuing. So I actually got that through, but I played it through on easy, which was pretty easy. It only took me 5 hours and like 30 minutes to beat the game.
Nice.
Because I skipped every single movie, and it just blew right through it. It
Like
was
you have
super
to watch
quick.
every single flashback.
Yeah, like that.
Like that's a
You have to get all the, you have to activate all the
Yeah.
flashbacks, but there's also a trophy, I think, for watching all the cutscenes all the way through.
I don't think so.
I think
No
I
trophy.
think there
There's an
is.
in-game trophy.
an emblem, but in order to get the last trophy, you have to have all the emblems, which means
Yeah.
you have to do it. That's what's so time consuming. It's like you get like 92% of all the trophies, but the last emblem trophy means you have to get all the emblems, which takes fucking supposedly minimum of 8 playthroughs. So yeah, I probably won't get the platinum either. I don't think I'm going to spend that much time playing the game.
It does seem like a lot.
Because I mean, I beat the game in 5 hours and like 30 something minutes. One of the criteria to get one of the emblems is you have to be in like over 40 hours. You have to take over 40 hours of time. And then there's retarded ones like you have to crouch for like 5 hours,
Okay.
or you have total. So like you don't
Yes,
have to
total
do it,
time.
Yeah, during your playthrough you have to crouch for like 5 hours or some ridiculous shit like that, or you have to.
You could leave your system.
Yeah,
on.
that's
So
just,
that's
I
what
just
they're
turn
saying.
it on and go
They're
to
saying
Best
you
Buy
just,
or
like,
something.
turn it on and go to work. There's a couple of them, like one's crouch, one's lay down, one's like lean against a wall in camouflage.
You probably don't have to do it not for the full 5 hours because you probably do that enough in the game where it's a good amount.
Yeah, that's what you meant. It's like total
Yeah.
increment time.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you can
it's
wait till
total,
the
but
end,
like
see how many hours you left.
yeah, but it doesn't like give
Tell
you
you.
those kind of stats.
Yeah.
So yeah, you never know. And if the game only took me like 5 hours and 30 minutes of actual, that's just playtime.
Yeah.
The rest is all movies.
Yeah.
So like if it only takes, that's not that enough time. So basically you have to let your PlayStation 3 sit.
Yeah, which is kind of fucking like tedious.
It's a little ridiculous.
Yeah. But let's see what else. I downloaded some weird game on my Windows phone called World of Rabbit. World of Rabbits. I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's kind of just a managing thing. It's kind of stupid. You
Oh yeah, you were showing me this.
Yeah, I was showing Michael. It's you're the world's come to an end, and you have like your rabbits underground, and you just build rooms, and then you use those rooms to make more rabbits, and then you have to micromanage the rabbits by making them sleep, and then making them party, and then making them work.
Because this is what rabbits do.
Yeah, they don't eat. They either sleep or party or build rooms or work in rooms, and that's all you do is you just micromanage, and so you could get more rabbits and build more rooms.
Okay.
I actually just spend too much time playing that shit. But it does run while your phone's like locked and in your pocket, so
Okay.
I don't know. Other than that, I haven't played that much. I played that was good. I played the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 demo. That just
Oh, you
came
played
out.
the demo?
It just came out on the PlayStation Store. Fuck that game. I'm glad I didn't buy that shit.
Which game?
Modern Warfare 3.
Oh.
I was playing the demo and it's so scripted. And
Oh, there's a
wants
demo
you to,
now?
Yeah,
There's
there's a
a
demo.
demo.
Came out on this weekend on the PS3.
I don't even care. I wanted to just play the single player.
Yeah, so it's like no, it's a single player demo.
But I mean, I want to beat the game.
Yeah, but like it's so scripted and they want you to do exactly what they want you to fucking do that it's so boring. Like
Right.
you're going down a street and then they're like, "Come on, let's go through this fucking storefront," and you're like, "No, I want to stay out here and pop shot these guys that are pouring over this like embankment." And they're like, "No!" All of a sudden, a helicopter shows up, and I was like, "Oh, it's okay. I got a fucking rocket launcher," because they start you off with this little pistol rocket launcher.
Yeah.
I shot it like 3 times, and this thing comes up and it says, "This enemy cannot be damaged by rocket launchers," and it's just a helicopter shooting me. And then I go
Why the
in,
fuck?
so like I die like 6 times because I want to stay out there and fight these people,
Right.
and all of a sudden they're just shooting me from behind cover. So I finally fucking go in, and then like 20 minutes later, I'm on a rooftop shooting a fucking helicopter with the same gun, taking it down. Fuck that game.
Yeah, it's a little. I don't know. I was just chit chatting with a guy the other day about that subject came up, and we're gonna have to figure something out with that franchise. Like they gotta do something.
It's getting stale really fast.
It's time to.
I'm wondering, really, do they have to? Because look at how many pre-orders now just happen for Black Ops.
I'm not
2.
saying they will. When the sales start to dry up, they will.
Yeah, eventually
then,
at that
well,
point.
So they get to the point to where it's just gonna be.
They'll do the same thing they did with
It's
Guitar
like another
Hero.
Madden where everybody just buys one every
They
year.
did it. They
Right.
did it to Guitar Hero. They fucking burned everybody out, releasing so many Guitar Heroes that they fucking killed the brand.
I mean,
Tony
Call
Hawk.
of Duty hasn't always been awesome. It's been
No.
There's been times where it's been in a lull, and then pretty much Modern Warfare brought it back from that.
Yeah,
And ever since then, it's been pretty hot. It's just kind of back in another lull, and
yeah.
I think they'll figure it out. They just got to get their bearings again. I think the whole Infinity War drama kind of threw things for a loop.
Yeah, it did.
So is that it? What you've been playing?
Yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Anything on your Vita?
I haven't turned my Vita on in a while.
Okay.
I think it's dead.
Really dead.
Yeah.
Ryan, what you
You're
been playing?
dead. Hey everybody, this is Ryan. Xbox Gamer Tag, Ascended Being, everything else PS3, Game Center, Steam. You can find me at Locomotive 1134. I have been playing a lot recently Skyrim because of the new Hearthfire DLC. Also, I've been trying to finish out the version of the Dawnguard side this time because I actually saved at a pivotal point so I could do both sides. So I'm also been doing Dawnguard work. I have a little issue with the Hearthfire.
It's like a, what is it? It's like a new.
What it is,
it's an add-on expansion to,
Yeah,
to Skyrim.
It is an add-on expansion to Skyrim. What it allows you to do is that in certain provinces of Skyrim, meaning really basically where there's ever any major city, you're allowed to purchase land. And on this land, you can build your own home out of materials.
That's kind of cool.
It sounds cool at first, but it's not nearly as Minecrafty as it sounds. Because when you go there, when you buy the plot of land, it is always going to be the specific plot of land that the game has figured out for you. The area is already marked with an icon, so they've already figured out where these property and purchase lands are going to be. And when you actually go and build your home, you get to collect the materials, you get to build everything, but it decides exactly where your home is going. It already has a set out place of land where everything is going to go.
So it's more like a story mode that's
Almost, kind of,
like
but
involves like the building of your home.
yeah, it is. And and I think that's what's bothering me with the premise is it's like, are you bored of killing dragons?
It's like on rails.
Is
building your house.
looting dungeons just not enough for you anymore? Have you killed one too many dredgers only to find gold and a couple of broken pieces of instrumentation?
Be a housewife.
Why not settle down?
Be a housewife.
Move your wife in,
Well,
adopt some children.
You can't
Have a
have
home.
you can't have children.
is it better? So you can have your own house, but can you actually decorate inside?
Okay.
Because like
I'll go a little
that's
bit
one
more
thing
into
that kind of
detail
pissed me
here.
off about Skyrim is when you could have. It took me fucking forever to find my house. When the first fucking
The first
guy-
house you get.
the first house I got, he's like, "Oh, your house is down there," and I was like, "Cool." I cannot find that shit. It doesn't show on your map.
Is it Breeze Home? Is it the
Yeah,
one that's in?
Could
Yeah,
not
yeah.
I
breaking
can,
in
The
the
very
house.
I can
first
tell
one.
you exactly where
No,
it is.
I know. I found it eventually after I
Right.
got on the internet and looked. And there
Yeah.
was a picture.
Well, I had to do the same thing
Yeah,
too.
and I was like, why don't they have a little marker on your thing
that says this is your home,
that has like a little? So you're like, oh, that's my.
or at least
house.
make it like a little side quest that says, "Hey, go to
Yeah.
your house now."
But then I was
Or
like,
do something in real life where someone takes you to
yeah,
your new house.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I figured. They have somebody escort you or something.
yeah, you'll
But
get
he's
the
like,
real estate agent. He'll take you down there.
He's like, hey, you got a house.
Yeah, you got a house. Here it is. Go to it.
So you're
The
right next
challenge
to the
is
lake.
finding it.
Yeah, and
Well,
then
you're
You're right.
worthy.
You're right next to the lake. You got a good view. Watch out for these trolls
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
come through.
so that was the first thing that pissed me off.
Occasional dragons coming through.
Second thing is, it was just a fucking house. There was no customization. I couldn't pick furniture. I couldn't move.
No, when you
I
would go
was-
in there, you would have to go buy from the steward a pack,
Yeah,
and then that would
That's
be
how Fallout
your
was.
decorative.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
how
then-
Fallout was as well.
I figured, I could like, I don't know, hang shit on the
Okay.
walls, like weapons or something.
Well-
Like, basically, just throw shit on the floor.
Basically.
Yeah,
But
like-
in this iteration, it is different because
Okay.
while it does give you, when you build your first house, it's obviously going to be a small little cottage, and you can decide to direct decorate from there if you want. I decided to make the full main hall before I made the little, after I made the decorative house.
So it's not like buying packages where they're like...
No, it's not like full decorative packages. Once you actually get inside your house, there's going to be little workstations in each area. And what that allows you to do is to craft any of the decorations you want to put up. So you can decide what you put in your house, but it is only selected as to what the room is. So saying like, I built a little cottage so I could put the bed and everything in there, but then I added the main hall. So then I had to make that into an entryway, so I had to delete everything I had made. Now I got a main hall where I could put in a dining table and stuff like that. I can choose what I want, but it's still from a selection of choices. It only gets better after you built the main hall, because then you can actually choose which wings you want. Because you have a west, east, and north wing. And you can actually choose to make, like, one side it could be either a wizard's tower, a bedroom, or an armory. Okay. The other side can be a library, an alchemy, or another storage room. So it only gives you what you can based on what they call blueprints in the game. You pick what you want to build, then you go over to the crafting table and you start building it up from that point. So there is a slight amount of customization. I won't say it's much different from the packs. I almost, in this case, would rather have the packs than have to sit there and find all the stuff I need to make. Like, I could have like a wolf's head on my wall, or a bear's head, but I need to go collect the 3 bear pelts, some wood and whatnot, and then craft it into the house.
Well, you need one bear.
I was kind of
no. Apparently, you need 3.
I was when they first told me I got a house, I was kind of hoping for some almost Animal Crossing type stuff. Where I was like, I get to fucking put like a shelf over there.
Yeah, you actually get to.
And I was like, okay, this is whack. I never went there. I left my house Carl there, and I just left her there.
Just left.
Fucking left her there to rot.
The only good thing I found is when you get a wife, she decides to get a store, and she starts making you money.
Oh, okay.
That's the only kind of neat thing about it.
Start selling her wares on the side.
That's what she does. Molly Malone, that's who I'm married.
Ooh.
Molly Malone. She's the dish with the fish, the tart with the cart.
Nice.
Jesus. I'm traumatized.
So are you now?
So that's all that it adds is just...
That and orphans. You can now actually go to the orphanage in Riften, and you can actually adopt orphans. So you can't make kids in the game.
You can become a pedophile?
Yes, you can decide. Or you can have slave labor. That's what I was thinking. Just get 6 kids and make them work on my house.
They're not real people.
you can roleplay as Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Make a new character named Michael Jackson.
The other thing I guess you can do is also pick up a house steward who will take care of everything around your house. But apparently, based on whoever you decide to actually hire, can either do good or bad to your home.
And where do you find these people? Just random people?
Usually, yeah. If you're going to find one, you'll find it in the nearest city from where your house is actually made.
I was like, what the fuck? My wife's printing out something.
Random printer.
The machines are alive.
Forget how my first house Carl died, but...
Technology, no.
My first house car died in like the first 5 minutes of play.
I used to just keep her at the house, but then I was like, oh, I'll let her cruise with me, and then she died somehow. But then I like came across somebody who's like, oh, it could be like your slave or something.
Yeah, house cars don't seem to do much outside of age you. Wives are great because they just make money.
Oh, I remember what dragon killed my first house car.
Okay.
Are you still playing? You play on PC, right?
Yeah, I'm playing PC. This one is actually, though, my Xbox version, obviously, because I have a higher tier character.
Here's some bullshit, is you have to fucking pay for the pack on Xbox.
That is the one thing I want to tell you guys. This is it's 400, 400 Microsoft points, which is basically equivalent of $5. And, from my standpoint now of actually doing it, I think it should have been something that was just kind of added for free.
Yeah. $5 you can't really complain about.
No, I can't complain too much.
No, but when they give it for free on the PC,
that's especially when they're both Microsoft. That is a little lame.
Yeah.
But in terms of
well, it's because everybody complains that Microsoft and Xbox, you have to pay to put shit there.
Yeah,
and you have to go through like a process, so it costs them money. So obviously they're gonna charge.
Yeah.
The PC, you just throw it on fucking the Steam or whatever,
and they'll just put it on there. Yeah.
But I mean, they did make it. They took the time. $5 is reasonable.
Yeah, and Skyrim sold really, really
But I
fucking
mean,
well.
did
But-
it add quests or anything, or no?
Not really outside of the fact of going to find your land, the property, buying the property, and building the homes, which would basically be most like miscellaneous quests.
Or I
You're not
guess-
really getting anything out of it outside of the property and
What if you look
the
at it
ability
this way?
to build.
What if it was someone that had just started off playing? And they had that from the beginning. Would that add to the game experience?
It would be if they would rather have a customized home as opposed to anything in the city. That's the only thing about this is that your houses are outside, so you are subjected to
But-
the wilderness.
One thing though is like if you had this from the start, as you're playing,
It would have
you're-
been a better
It
feature.
would have been a better feature because you're playing and you're like, well, I could throw away these bear pelts, or I can keep 3 of them and have a fucking mounted bear head in my.
Yeah, exactly. You can put up trophies. You can have this stuff for trophies outside of just using this loot for probably selling just to make money.
Yeah.
It just gives you an idea of, if you want to put up trophies in your house, you have the ability to by collecting certain pieces. Something like now I have a giant dragon's head inside my house. And all I needed was one dragon bone to make that.
Rich guy.
That's right, man. Well, I just had to kill one dragon. I've killed probably 42.
Hater.
hey, I'm Dragonborn. Supposedly it's my destiny to kill these suckers.
Are you saying you're? I was gonna say something bad.
But if it were free content, or if it had been in the beginning, it would have been better. I actually think the homes that are in the cities are better.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they should have made it so you could just go in the fucking castle, kill everybody there, and it's yours.
Yeah, and it's your home.
Or at least kill a couple people, and then everybody else is like, "Oh, we're just gonna be your servants because you're gonna fucking
Right.
kill us."
But in the game, I have the Breeze home. I have the home in Windhelm, which is really nice because it actually has a secret room to it for an alchemy lab that somebody's constantly stalking. And I also am now the Archmage down at the college, so I have the entire Archmage's quarters, which
Well,
really
they're
I don't
grand
need
wizards.
anything else.
Okay, they're grand wizards.
Highly educated, filthy rich, disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
Killing dragons, grand wizard here.
Doing a little hunting.
Well, I guess
They like
that's
to
why
shoot-
I guess that's why I needed to retire in the
they like to
hills
shoot bull
somewhere.
elephants out in Africa. Take little ivory.
But it's interesting. It doesn't add like anything great to the game, but it's interesting. I've also
It sounds like more of like accessory.
yeah, it really is. It sounds totally like an accessory.
This is the only thing I ever saw that I was like, "I want to do that with my house."
Yes,
Then I
exactly.
was like, "My computer won't handle that."
Just fill it up with pots. I'd actually
just-
like to do that with cheese.
They put
Just-
so much shit in
Just
it.
cheese rolls.
I've seen that before. I
Yeah.
think it was like cabbage.
Yeah.
Like I filled his whole house with cabbage.
Just fill it up with all that crap. I also started playing Darksiders 2.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I played Darksiders 2.
Did you buy that game?
No, I rented
Okay,
it.
good.
With
I
the
rented
Reaper.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah, he's actually the Prince of Persia and he's Kratos.
Mm.
He's a mix of both.
I mean, the
Well,
first
he's
game
not very good at
was
either
pretty
of them.
cool.
Yeah, exactly. He's only half of each.
My friend bought it. We had a good time playing it, but
Your ex-friend.
no, it was. Oh yeah, that's right. No, but I think John's the one that bought it.
Oh, okay.
Either way, it was fun. I think me and John beat it. Either way, it was fun.
The first one?
Yeah, but I could tell like a sequel wouldn't do much more.
Well, yeah, the odd thing is that from the sequel, I decided to go try the first one. So I rented that one as well. And I actually like the first one better than the second one. I really do. I think they're, as far as gameplay, it was a lot funner. Then
This was like more a quick combo.
and I was having this discussion with Mikey earlier. It seems like every character you interact with looks like it's been stolen directly from Blizzard.
Yeah.
Every character
Oh yeah,
in
it
the
did.
game.
And that's partly because of the. I don't know if they use the same guy, but the first one it was. There was like a comic artist or he's an ex-comic artist that was involved in all the character development.
Yeah.
And when WoW was out, I used to think the opposite. Like it kind of looked similar. It was like this weird mixture of like almost like an anime kind of hybrid deal
Okay.
going on.
Yeah.
And all the stuff in the first one is very much his art style.
Okay.
And it does have that kind of exactly like WoW.
Yeah, it kind of bleeds out a little bit.
And to be honest, that game was a step away from being a God of War ripoff. If you just added probably what they added to the second one in terms of like the fighting style.
Yeah, fighting mechanics. And then the constant like running across walls, jumping from ledges to ledges, very Prince of Persia. I think what it really does, it does not sell me on the fact that he is death.
Okay.
I think that's what my biggest thing from coming from this is.
Yeah,
Plus,
He
that's
doesn't seem like what I would imagine death to be.
Plus, the thing is that I kept getting mixed up in the first one. I kind of like losing my train of thought right now, but you know, it's like you don't really think of the Four Horsemen. There's always like a different genre that's used for that, where it has to do with war. I'm thinking of like the God of War. And
Yeah, God of War.
Hades and all that.
Yeah.
You keep forgetting it's the Christian thing.
Yeah. It's totally
Like,
the Christian
that
thing.
one. It's not even like the Grim Reaper. It's like the horsemen.
Yeah, it's the
riding.
Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Exactly.
It's the seven seals of the, to mark
But
the great end war.
When I think of the
everything
Four Horsemen,
religious.
I get a completely different vision in my head of these.
Yeah, these characters.
They're not running around doing combos.
Yeah.
First off, I could see Greek mythology more in terms of action.
Yeah.
Compared to these guys, guys just kind of show up and
shit
happens.
That's exactly how it feels. So Darksiders 2 doesn't really sell me on the mythos. Darksiders I'm having a better time with. I actually like playing that game.
You rented a both at the same time?
No, well that's what I was going to get to that because I actually rented Darksiders after I rented Darksiders 2 because originally I had that and I had Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Not a fan of Future Soldier.
Played the beta. It was kind of
doesn't feel like any real integration from the Graw series, from the Advanced Warfighter series, other than the fact that you can get closer to enemies because you're cloaked. The rest of it doesn't feel like I could leave it real quick.
For the record, Mikey is playing the scissoring episode of South Park right now.
It's what he's into.
He hears Greek mythology, Kratos, and he immediately has to think of Sparta and
God Xerxes
and scissoring.
And next thing you know, it's scissoring. That's pretty much all I've been playing.
Well, the last thing I started playing was the new Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS.
She just started a little bit ago.
Yeah.
I just turned it on.
I just turned it on, I started playing it, then I stopped.
That's been out for a while, right?
Yeah, it's been out for about 2 weeks now.
Oh, okay.
It's still pretty new, and I
get confused by all the Mario games.
Yeah,
because there was already 2.
And this is the new Super Mario Bros. 2. It's still a 2D platform. It does a little bit with the 3D, only in the fact of just depth and background, but it's strictly a completely 2D style Mario game. And this one is all about coin collecting. It's all about coin collecting. They're even keeping a record national tally or a record tally for the world of how much coins have been collected by the entire community.
What is that?
It's Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say
with an elephant.
You can play it as an elephant.
Play Grand Theft Auto 4 as an elephant.
I've seen the R2-D2 one.
Yeah, the R2-D2 one was the best.
Oh!
Or the Back to the Future one?
Yeah, the Back to the Future one was also the best.
They both can't be the best.
Oh, they can both be the best.
The horse one.
There's like an ass shuffle that blows everything up.
You should see him.
It kind of runs funny though.
You should see him swim.
They tried. Good job. He's like running on his front feet.
Here, I do tricks.
He's got laser ass thing going on. That's pretty cool though. It's still fun.
Yeah, we always like watching new PC mods for Grand Theft Auto because they always do a lot of funny shit.
That's actually what I was going to ask Ryan earlier about what system he's playing Skyrim on, because I was curious if there was any interesting mods that have come out recently that were fun.
Daddy Warbucks over here is freaking playing it on both systems.
Yeah, that's true. On both systems.
It's got it for Xbox and...
The last mods I saw were the Death Star.
Yeah, the Death Star mods, which were actually the last ones I actually played with, because right now I'm still building a lightsaber.
Did you buy it through Steam or did you buy a physical copy?
No, I got it through Steam.
Okay, so you do have the Steam Workshop and all that.
Yeah, I got everything. Yeah, I've got all that. So yeah, all the mods are just quickly, add to and just turn them on.
Yeah, I tried a couple mods, but I couldn't find anything that would really want me to start.
The laser sabers are the fun. The Magicka sabers, that is the funnest because they're almost like one-hit kills on everything.
Yeah, well, when I played Skyrim, I cheated anyways.
Yeah.
I one-hit killed anything anyways.
This fool's doing the reverse snorkel. He's got his face in the water, his ass in the air as he swims.
Yeah, look up elephant mod for friggin'...
What's funny is the graphics look really good. It looks like it has that other mod on it to fix... the water looks really good. All that stuff.
Butts up.
My name is Mike Fedor. Days on the PSN, Days 311 on the Xbox, Days 69 on the iOS, and Days pretty much 311 on everything else. So what I've been playing?
All you little kids.
What are you little kids
At
up
day
to?
69 on your iPhones. Your parents will be proud.
You don't even want to know his passwords. They're horrible.
We should just have.
It's not that I don't want to give away his passwords. It's just that I wouldn't say them out loud.
Yeah. We should have an episode where we just name Michael's old passwords that he doesn't use anymore. See how many fans we can turn away.
Well, it's not the stuff that most people think. You can't use common passwords every day, so.
Crotch yogurt 42.
Crotch yogurt. No, nothing like that.
Nothing that tame.
So, Battlefield came out with a new update for the patch. Close quarter. No, Armor Killed. Armor Killed. And we all downloaded that. And I was up at 4 in the morning trying to download it, see if I can get it to work, and it wasn't working at 4 in the morning. All they did was they patched the game at 4 in the morning, so I had to wait for it to be
Because they wanted you to
later
go
on
to
in the
sleep.
Everybody did the typical, like,
Waiting forever for something to happen.
well, yeah, it's like they all get on. All my friends are texting me, it's not working yet. What's going on? It's already the date. Why isn't that happening? I'm like, let me go on Facebook, let me go on Twitter. They're saying
Let's
it's
bitch
gonna be
about
another
this
day.
opposed to playing the game.
Everybody always freaks out, like no matter what, you know. But it actually was pretty seamless because Close Quarters had some issues
Okay.
when it came out. It didn't work out here. Like they had a problem. I can't remember what it was, but it didn't work for a few days. We had to re-download, is what it was.
Okay.
It turned out.
That was the one that was all indoors where you could shoot through like
Yeah,
walls.
it
like
wasn't
a wall.
working for all of us. Like the premium service when it first came out. We had
Oh,
to basically
okay,
re-download it, but we
okay.
didn't know. So this one went pretty seamless. I mean, the download started later in the afternoon, like around 2. That's all.
Yeah.
Which I think is the time when the PlayStation Store updates, right?
Yeah.
At 2 o'clock on Tuesdays.
No,
Well-
it updates in the afternoon, right? You're talking about in the afternoon, not in the middle of the night.
2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's sometimes around there. They're late sometimes.
I think it's pretty. I mean, I was at work, so I didn't really care. But by the time I got home, when I first tried to set up the download for the new update, it said it was going to take like 150 hours. And I was like, okay, so I just kind of left it on for a while. No, I'm tripping. What the fuck am I saying? It was a lot. It was hours and hours and hours long. I can't remember the exact number. So I just turned it off, and then when I got home later that night, it was down to like 20 minutes.
Okay.
It was just the traffic. Everybody was trying to download it.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to download it all at once. So I hopped on it the next day, and everybody had played it already. But when I hopped on this next day, I was playing it and having a lot of fun with it. And it brought back all of the fucking elitist. Like you sitting there, I would hop on a map and I would hop in a helicopter or hop in a plane and start taking off. And these were the guys who were just gunning you down, shooting you down with rockets right away, and just like, so you couldn't even do shit. After a while, I was just like, I'm just going to drive a tank or I'm going to mess around with the quad. And adding the quad feature
Go clean your gun in the bushes.
Clean my gun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to sit here and control C until somebody comes up and kills me.
He's gonna cover my ears and cry.
But
Until it's over.
man, those new quads, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I hate these quads. They're
Nah.
fucking fun.
What I love about the quads is that they seemingly will go over anything.
Yes.
If you're going full speed, you hit something that's got enough slope on it, you will jump it.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about because that's the problem is in that game a lot of times you'd be driving by and you get caught on things. You like a post will be sticking out and it just stops your tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
This thing, it's like it's pretty good about bowling over everything, and it kind of keeps accelerating.
I was hauling ass. One of the maps is you're controlling a peak tops, mountain peak tops. There's 3 sections that you got to control, and there's 2 sections on the bottom side of the hill.
Valleys.
In the valley. So I was riding up and I came up and I'm going down the side, going down towards another control point, and I'm hauling ass down the hill so fast, and I hit this rock, and this rock launched me up into the air. I flipped over, landed upside down, and normally if you would like to fall, you would die as soon as because it's too far of an impact.
Right.
This thing, I flipped over, landed upside down, smacked my head right into the ground. The buggy just kept on flipping over, and I kept rolling and kept on riding. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I survived it!" So,
Buggies with roll cages.
I'm getting better at taking out. They got a new C-130 airplane that flies around.
That was a little bit of a disappointment, but I'm not surprised. You can't fly it.
You can't fly it, but that's cool though.
Yeah, that's cool. They should
What
have just
can-
said
what-
you couldn't fly it though.
What can you do with it?
You can spawn in as a gunner.
Okay.
If you hold a certain control point, then your team gets control of it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to shoot down. It takes a couple passes in a jet to take it down,
Mhm.
but it can defend itself from air with these crazy chain guns, and then it also has some crazy cannons that shoot to the ground. When I try to use it, I have a hard time hitting people, but they fucking kill me all the time with it. So
Okay.
it's potentially pretty awesome.
It's an
I've
awesome.
seen them ruin like a whole area.
I unlocked a lot of stuff with it already.
I've got a
unlocked-
few kills, but it's kind of hard.
Well, the thing is there's two positions in the C-130. The first position, you're shooting like heavy artillery cannons.
You have like a normal like kind of chain gun, and then like a heavier, like it's like a heavy machine gun, like large round,
No, it's just like a large cannon round, like burst rounds.
but it shoots pretty fast though.
But it shoots real fast. It reloads real fast. It's like doof, 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 doof. You know,
See,
as you're shooting.
I haven't used that one yet.
And that one, it's only in black and white. So you only so you have
Yeah,
you have
I
thermal
haven't used-
vision.
I always
I
get
know
the,
that
I
gun.
always get the machine gun.
And then if you hit triangle, then you have a turret that's above you.
Yeah.
And you can control the turret. So if an enemy attack, like I had an enemy
Aircraft.
attack choppers, aircraft coming at me, and I took him out with the turret, and then kept on going back down. And here's the best thing, which I figured out like a little thing. There's two positions in the plane. Each one of them has their own set of flares. So when I was flying the plane by myself, somebody was shooting a rocket at me. Bam! I set off my flares from the first one. And I'm trying to take him out. I couldn't take him out, so they started to target me again. And I switched seats to the other spot. As I switched seats to the other spot, they fired the rockets. I deployed my flares, and then I took him out with the Gatling gun. Switched up to the gunner. I was taking out airplanes. I switched back over to the heavy artillery cannon, and they were targeting me again. And then my flares were ready again. So I
On the first one,
from the first one, so I'm deploying my flares again, and I was just like literally by myself
Like
kicking
juggling.
ass. Like people were probably so pissed off that I was in that.
that's kind of how it is. Sometimes you just can. I've taken them out in one run.
Yeah.
Other times it's like you can't even approach them. It just depends on how good they are. A lot of potential. What did you think about the tank battle? Like, the first thing I noticed is the first game I played. I'm used to like going into a game with the tank, and if I meet up with another tank, I'm usually gonna lose. Like I have a hard time killing them. I can usually take them out, but they usually get me too, where I got to get out of my tank. I felt like I was able to like take out a lot more guys quickly with the newer tanks, and like get out and heal myself. And I've been having fucking romping them, dude. Like if I can sneak up on them, especially, and I get the first couple of hits at those new tanks, I like how they drive. I like how
They're much
shoot.
faster. They're much faster
They
tanks.
take more damage, but they give more damage.
Yeah.
Or at least to their, if they take more damage, it means if a guy's driving on the other side, then they take more damage as well. So you just gotta like be more, use more tactics in terms of like having a guy with you, both have fucking repair tools.
Yeah.
Get your javelins out. Fucking, it's a lot of rockets flying everywhere in those games. Pretty fun though. I mean, overall, I'd say it's pretty fucking cool so far.
The tanks looks cool. The one thing of vehicle I like is they added the vehicle with the multiple rockets. Like a big ass heavy, or it looks like a big ass semi truck.
Yeah, it's got like a rocket pack on the back.
Rocket pack on the back of it.
I don't know what they're called.
And a lot of people are like, well, it's fucking, you can't lock on to stuff, unless you're fucking, because you just fire and it's like doof, and you shoot off one and see where it lands, and if that's close to where you want, then you can raise it up or lower however you want. Exactly.
Really?
Yeah. And it's because you're firing off regular rockets. So you fire off a rocket that's kind of like a mortar. So you just fire off and it lands where you first hit the first shot. Now if somebody's, a couple in the game, say you're in the game and it's like 2 inches away, you're going to want to raise it up 2 more clicks, and then it's like boom, you can fire and then hit them. But then they're moving too, so you have to judge for that time of when they're moving. So it makes it a lot of fun.
Are you talking about the rocket, like the
rocket
the
truck?
big box?
Yeah.
Fucking, I can't remember what that shit's called.
But I played it enough to where I unlocked the feature where I got anti-aircraft, and as soon as you switch over to anti-aircraft, you just like lock onto them, boom, take
What
them
about
out.
that fucking vehicle where it's got a chain gun as a turret, and then it also got anti-air? It's an anti-air vehicle.
Yeah. Now that anti-air
That
vehicle,
shit's tight.
That shit's tight.
Except when he shoots fuckers on the ground, you can't kill them with a fucking humongous chain gun.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Shooting giant 50
Chasing
cals.
the same guy around. It's like... It's like this fucking sniper fucking around a hill. I hit him. Oh, I hit him. Oh, he ducked. I hit him.
Shooting
Like,
50 cals.
why isn't he fucking dying? Like, I have to get out, go over there, and fucking shoot him.
Yeah, I finally.
But it's like for the air.
I finally leveled up that one to where I can get anti-air. But they had that one on a couple other islands, like Wake Island and a couple other maps that they had it on. So playing more Battlefield. Started playing Metal Gear Solid again, and I'm going through on my third playthrough, which I stopped on my third one, and I'm going to go over and do it under Extreme Boss, just to
Get that out of the way.
see if I can get it out of the way.
There's good walkthroughs that show you basically just what to do just to get through the levels.
Well, I'm thinking of just actually playing it like under Extreme Boss and see if I can handle the Extreme.
Yeah, it's actually not that hard.
Yeah.
Some of them you just run through and hide.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Some of them are kind of bullshit.
Because I was thinking of doing it through the easy just so I can get the stealth camo and the bandana.
You can't. It's when you go through big boss mode, it's deactivated, so you can't even use it.
No. I'm talking about making a run through on easy
To get the stealth camo.
to get the stealth camo.
To use in Betty Boss.
No, just to get
'cause
so I
it's
get the trophy.
disabled. Oh. Yeah.
But I played that. I also played some more of Uncharted because last podcast of the No Quarters Required, I was on there and I was just like, I don't really have any homework right at the moment. I'm caught up for a little bit of stuff, and I was in this room working and doing the show, and I was just like, I'm gonna turn on, and I played that. I played Touch Steam Park, and I've also played
Is that what you call it?
or Touch Park or whatever. Zing. So
the new thing that came out for the Vita, the puzzle thing.
yeah,
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
I forgot where it's
Puzzle
called.
Park.
Puzzle Park.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
no, Treasure
I thought
Park.
that was
Treasure
Paint
Park.
Park. Oh, Treasure Park.
Treasure
Does that
Park.
have the alarm clock on it?
I don't know.
No, it must be later on.
No, Treasure Park is the one where you design a map, and you have 3 different or 4 different icons that you can put in the map, and it'll change it around to like you basically like Minesweeper.
Oh,
Like the old
Minesweeper
PC.
sucks. I can't believe Minesweeper's even classified as a fucking game.
Well, it's been around forever.
It sucks.
I can never figure that shit out. What the fuck is going on?
You're just supposed to pick spots, and then by like the numbers that appear, you're supposed to like figure out your odds on the next pick. And
Yeah.
then you pick that, and then
Well, that's what this does with this one is puzzle. Like there'll be saying the letter of an L or a 7,
Dishonored.
and there's 2 bombs, then a diamond, and then a treasure chest. And you'll put it on the map, and on the map that you're looking at, you have to select the diamond or the treasure chest. And if you click those, what you're trying to do is you're trying to find the other person's diamond. If you click
No
the
one's gonna find my diamond.
when you
Not where I put it.
when you're playing it, you select one, and then you'll go, okay, well, there's a diamond, there's a treasure chest. Now, I can either click the one right next to it, and it'll maybe be a diamond, or I can click the next one next to it, and it could be a bomb, because there's different types of layouts that you can put on the.
Dang,
on the
I'm
screen.
glad I didn't download that shit.
It's actually kind of fun because it incorporates Nier, and playing with your friends. You can design a map, and then I send it to Jason, and then Jason will be like, okay, and he'll try to beat my map, and if he beats it, then he'll make a new map and send it to me, and I'll try to find.
Hey, it's Mikey. I want to see if you want to beat my map.
I'll play with, see if you can find my diamond.
I don't think you beat my map as good as I beat my map.
I don't think you can beat my diamond. Find my diamond.
It's so funny that I don't know
Beat
why
my
I
map
thought of
and
this,
find my diamond.
but I'm gonna interrupt and mention the iPhone.
Good segue.
No, because of the competitive play where you can play it and then later your buddy could try to beat it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard this before, but they showed a game to show off the graphics of the new phone. It's this racing game, and they had this interesting game mode where you know how like let's say you play like on the Need for Speed games, you can play a race, and then if I want to try to beat your game,
time, yeah.
you have the ghost car. They had the same thing except the car wasn't a ghost. It was like actually on the track. It's like, let's say you played the day before me, I could play, and if I got next to you and bumped your car, I can actually like affect your time and I'd go and beat the thing, and it would actually change your score. Like, hey, I not only beat your score,
guess what?
but I punked you, and your score is worse now. It's kind of weird. I don't know. You ever heard
Actually,
anything like
that's
that before?
kind of neat, though. If that's
Yeah.
really the aspect, the way it's going to work, that is neat.
Yes.
That is kind of neat.
So it'd be computer controlled basically until it gets
Yeah,
you back on your
it's
ghost
mapped
line.
you.
It's
Yeah.
tracked. It's
Yeah.
tracked by your run, and I'm assuming that what happens is if it gets knocked off course, it just tries to correct it and get back on.
Yeah,
its
like
track.
you saying, get back on its ghost track. That probably, awesome. That's kind of neat.
Kind of weird. It's something to think about for other games, I think. Anyways, that's the only reason why I brought it up. And the iPhone 5 is awesome.
We're not talking about the iPhone 5. And I also played some more Welcome Park. So, played some more Welcome Park. And what else did I play? More Uncharted. I haven't really played much else after that. I've been playing a lot of the Simpsons game. And
Tapped out.
Simpsons Tapped Out. I'm loving that shit.
It is a good game.
It's a really good game for being a...
Well voiced, I have to admit. Even for the little tiny things that they say,
You know what?
it still brings you into the
I was-
aspect of Springfield.
I was looking at games on every once in a while. I look on Amazon and see what the most expensive PS3 games are, and it doesn't really matter because people on Amazon will price shit whatever the fuck they want. But like one of the pricier games that's kind of going for a good amount of money now is the Simpsons game, the one that first came out when the PS3 came out.
Yeah.
And that was a fun game. It had good
It was.
voiceovers and all that stuff.
Yeah, was that's the one that was kind of like the open world type area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
I always wanted that game. Like, I remember when I saw it for like $20. Like, I'll get it later. Now it's like $80 on Amazon.
One thing I do...
Hey, well, it's because some asshole that nobody has it, so some asshole.
Yeah, so yeah, he's trying to sell it.
Yeah,
I remember the
nice.
greatest thing about that game is when you turned it on during a holiday and the actual front room where Homer was sleeping was always changed. So like if it was Christmas, you saw the tree sitting there. The Christmas tree and him sitting in a Santa outfit. Or if it was Halloween, it would have the pumpkin there and he'd be in the devil outfit. I mean, I liked those little integrations. Just because you would turn it on the menu, if it just happened to be on the holiday, there it was.
That's nice. The only other game I've seen that done that was Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo. And
Like during the holidays, it changed.
Yeah.
The weather.
And they worked
during
in-
the seasons, it changed too. Like,
Yeah,
and they worked in that little holiday thing for Arkham City.
Yeah.
they did.
Yes.
Those
You gotta go visit Calendar Man on the day of every holiday. And he'll tell you a story. After you've gotten all
And then
12,
after you do,
he'll give you an achievement.
Oh, for Xbox, probably not for.
No, for the PS3.
For PS3 too. You just
Oh,
gotta
really?
go there on the day of a holiday or set your thing for the day of a holiday, set your date and time, and then go see Calendar Man. He'll go tell you a story.
Tell you a story you never forget.
Yeah, that's right. He will. And then he might rape you.
He's all here. Drink this ruby colada.
We're gonna make it a holiday you'll really forget.
But one of the great things I'm loving about Simpsons Tapped Out for the iPad is like it logs on with your EA account, so anybody else that has an EA Origins account will be able to play with you. You can visit their cities, their Springfield, and it's really fun. But it got to the point now where everything you do, it takes 24 hours to do. Like
Pretty much.
I'm to the point now where if I want to build a new house, it takes 24 hours to build a house.
Yep.
If I need to unlock this new character, I have to do something for 24
You want
hours.
Willie? 24 hours.
Yeah. It's like to build Willie's shack, it takes 24 hours. I was like, I can do that in 10 minutes.
You won't have your Willie to slap around anymore.
But other than that, loving it, playing a whole lot of it. But before I finish up here and hand it over to Vince, I just want to say that, Vince's sister, she's been playing The Walking Dead for the PC.
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
And
I think she should have got it on the PS3.
I thought she should have got it for the PS3 also, but her husband has been playing Battlefield too much.
But the thing is that there's a gap where he gets off at a certain time, she gets off at a certain time. She had time to play the
That's what I was saying. And I
We
told
even
her...
know anything about video games. No offense to my females out there, but you don't know what you're doing. You just don't. You shouldn't even play them. Nah.
Just get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich.
Actually, my sister, she's not a huge gamer, but she likes Sims. She's been cracked on that for a few years. She actually used to play. She's probably the most sinister GTA player I've ever seen in my life. She used to play like San Andreas and other GTAs.
Yeah.
She was playing GTA 4. She would literally just sit in the park with a sniper rifle for hours, and I'd be like, "That's pretty boring. You're just constantly shooting people." And she's like, "Yeah, it's fun."
Yeah, but she was happy with it, right?
Over and over and over.
Yeah.
Anyways, she should have gotten the PS3, but
I told her
Heavy
to
Rain. She beat Heavy Rain. She really liked that.
Yeah, I told her to play it. I said get it for the PS3. She's like, but my husband's always on it. And I was like, I don't give a shit. I was like, kick that fool's off.
Yeah,
I was
well,
like,
they could have worked it out. Like I said, she gets home around like there's like a 2 or 3 hour gap where she could play.
The funny thing was, is I explained it to your sister. I said, there's only 3 episodes out right now. I go, there's a total of 5. I go, but you only go be able to play 3 right now. And then I go, hey, I hit her up a couple days later. I was like, how you liking The Walking Dead? Oh, I love the game. The game's awesome. She's like, pretty expensive though for only three games. And I was like, well, how much did you pay? She's like, I paid $25. I was like, then you're getting the other 2 for free. Oh, when are they coming out? I was like, well, I think the next one comes out maybe next month, and the other one after that, I don't know when.
So this is a random question. I know that in the game, your decision will change the course of the game.
Yes.
Does that cross over to the other episodes?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you start from the very beginning and go a certain way, then you start from the very beginning again and go from the other way, you can get a completely different line.
We had
episodes.
spoilerly talk last thing where I was watching my cousin play his, and it was different than Michael's. Just like the characters that were
down the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like the third episode, there was characters that Michael didn't have in his.
So
game.
the replay value should be pretty high.
Well, at least
it's not
2 or 3.
story changing. It's just not really story. Like it doesn't
'Cause
change. It doesn't. The story doesn't like segregate and go off this way. It's more like I've got these people with me, and this dialogue is different than these people in this dialogue.
I'm assuming. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I should just play them. I haven't yet, but I should just download them.
You have it on there in my account. You can download it from my account.
Yeah.
But she asked me, she goes, do you end up in different places? I said, you don't end up in different places. I go, you might end up with more people or less people, or you end up with different people in the way your choices are made.
Yeah.
And the one thing, the spoilery thing is like, one point of the game where once I finished up the third act, I had a chick with me where Jason had a dude with him, and that was a different outcome from his cousin's playthrough and my playthrough. And the chick aspect of it was that
Your character's trying to get with them.
my character is trying to hit that. So, where there was no guy on guy.
Is there an achievement for that?
No.
Oh.
The only way, as long as you play the game, you unlock all the achievements for it. I'll take a blue moon, please.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll save the stones for a little bit later.
There's only gonna be one. I'm gonna drink it now.
Go ahead and drink it.
No, too late. I'm
I
gonna drink
actually
it.
don't think I've ever had a stone before, so I was like, yeah, I'll try that one.
Jeez, I'm out of here.
This fucking guy. Who invited him? So.
Fine, I'm taking my mic and going home.
Start my own damn podcast.
Think I need a mic to record my voice?
All I need are ears.
But I've been waiting for all the episodes to come out, and then I'm gonna do my next playthrough with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna unlock a new trophy that's gonna be different or anything.
I just finished 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished 2. Actually, I finished
This
2
was
that
like
night after the
big
end of the
red
other
gum.
podcast.
It smells like big red gum. It's actually not bad.
It does smell like Big Red.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does smell like cinnamon.
Anyways, Vince, what have you been playing?
Wait,
How
can I
can
get
we
you-
find you on the internet? The nets.
I only read newspapers.
You don't read newspapers?
I don't know what it
He's
is.
strictly analog.
I think he's trying to lead into iPhone 5.
He has a
stuff.
paper iPhone.
All I play is iPhone 5. My name is Vincent, and my PS3 tag, is that what it's called?
PS3 ID.
PlayStation ID.
PlayStation ID is Loki909.
It's all the same.
And I don't know that's pretty much all I use, except for my iPhone stuff, but that's secret.
That's
But,
private.
I haven't really been playing, I usually aren't playing too much, but I've obviously been playing Armor Kill, I had to play co-op with Mikey the other day because he never finished the levels.
I didn't finish all the co-op levels.
I like how you said had.
And then last
like
time
it wasn't your choice.
Yeah, and then last time my uncle also, Marco Mumbles, hadn't completed them, so I went through them again. I was like, don't worry, I just did this with Mikey the other day.
I could do it with my eyes shut.
I did it with this loser Mike.
Leveled him up. So I've been playing a little bit of Battlefield. Actually, I haven't really been playing too many games, but somehow I've still managed to squeeze in a few sessions here and there. And like, I mean, we're already talking about Armored Core before. Obviously, I think it's really cool. The game, still playing the game, still having fun with it. Looking for. I think there's some double XP coming up.
Yep.
This weekend.
There's
don't really care.
there's been double XP the whole time, and the funny thing is like this.
No, it hasn't been.
Yeah.
No.
We've been getting extra XP. All premium members have been getting XP
Since Armored Kill?
since Armored
It's
Kill
stopped
came out.
before. No, it was over.
But
No,
it stopped.
I
It
remember
stopped when
that-
it released for the public.
I remember when the day it stopped was on a Thursday. It was before Armored Kill came out.
It was on a Thursday, and
It was.
the wind was chilled.
Because they said the next XP event
A
was
dove
in
went by
September.
the door.
A dove went by the door.
Anyways,
A child asked me for some change. I said no.
I'm trying to think if there's anything
Hobo
else.
was murdered in the street.
That is the day when the mayor was shot.
I feel like there was something
We
else I
all
played.
mourn.
I'm like just like not even paying attention anymore.
Go ahead.
No, I was just mumbling to myself. I've been talking about games a lot at work. That's why I haven't played anything. I got a new guy at my work. We started chit chatting. He's a COD guy. So I told him to check out Battlefield. He liked the other Battlefields, Battlefield 2, a lot. So I told him about the new one. So he's gonna check that out. And then he started playing. I completely forgot about that game. Was it Chaos and Order for the iOS?
Oh yeah. Order of Chaos.
Order and Chaos.
Said it backwards, yeah.
I told him about that. He plays WoW. He decided to get that on his Kindle. He likes it a lot. I didn't know this, but it turns out it's kind of weird. The Kindle version, like the Android version and the iOS, don't work on the same network.
Okay,
Which is
so you
understandable.
can't play against.
But I guess there's now a Mac version that's separate from the iOS.
Oh no, that.
And I
Well,
heard that
'cause
the
a
Mac
lot of the
version
apps-
sucks.
a
I heard
lot
the
of-
Mac version's got a lot of problems.
A lot of the apps are trying to sit there and make it where the apps are playable on the Mac, also where you be able to play on all three.
That one's not.
Okay. Okay.
So that's one of those little things that I think they need to work out.
I think they are trying to work out integration between their OS, their computer OSs and their iOSs.
I can see Android and iOS not being compatible just because they're competitors, which is stupid, but not the same company. It's kind of
Yeah, exactly. That is kind of strange.
And they said that if you play it on Android, it's a little choppy, which I'm assuming is just update issues. And then they said the Mac version's not great.
Frame. Okay.
They said it's got problems.
So iOS would be the way to go if you wanted to experience.
I
I
think
guess
that-
would be the full integration of it.
I think the Android would be fine once they hook up some stuff. I don't think it's had as many updates because it had a head start on iOS as well.
Okay.
But that's pretty much a full-on WoW ripoff, like a watered-down WoW. Looks like WoW. I'm trying to think. That's pretty. Yeah, I haven't really played anything, but definitely still kicking ass on fucking Battlefield. That's for sure. Doing well.
So much fun.
Got my sniper kills up to about 2,500.
2,500.
We might have a new guy to play with here pretty soon. Ryan's supposed to be picking it up here soon, and also
Whoa. He's got to do training first. He can't just play with us. We'll decide if he's allowed to play with us.
and also Chase 167 is gonna be playing it soon too.
Nice.
From the No Quarters Required podcast. He had it before, but he traded the game. He didn't like it. He thought it's was not that good. But he's getting it for a really good price, and he's picking it up again.
But first things
Well-
first. Borderlands.
Yeah, I've heard that's gonna be pretty awesome. I'll tell you what, if you finally get on Battlefield, first things first, do the co-op, get
Okay.
one of us together, because I thought about this last night when I was playing with Marco and I was playing with you the other day. Man, like some of those guns I use all the time.
Yeah.
Like the 9.3R especially, I use that. That's your pistol, 3-shot.
Yeah.
Use it all the time. You can only get that through doing the co-op. And
You can't unlock it during multiplayer.
That's
Okay.
that's one interesting thing is there's like 10 or 12 weapons that you can only get through co-op. I
Okay.
didn't know that until I was already playing it for a while.
Okay.
So first off, just do the co-op, jam that out, get your weapons.
Okay.
You'll have a nice advantage. There's what is that, E39? I always get the fucking names all mixed up.
Yeah.
That semi-shot sniper rifle, it's like the SKS, it's a little bit stronger.
Okay.
That's really good.
We can log on to Battle Log.
Assault rifles. But definitely the pistol, for sure you want that. That's like the best secondary
Okay.
to have.
Awesome.
I mean, the Magnums are awesome. There's also a T-Rex, which is like the Magnum, but it's... One of them's more powerful, one of them's more accurate, something like that.
Okay.
But they're both pretty similar.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. Real quick, people. Just real quick. We're going to check out these weapons here.
We need to know the name of a gun for a video game podcast.
Yeah, because it's all about...
Because it's on the game.
The last weapon you unlock is the G3A3.
This
But
is
it's
in
not
no
that-
way
the
affiliated
one I'm
with
talking
the
That's the
about
last
is-
one from Co-op.
The one I'm talking about is it's the E something. It's a sniper rifle under recon.
Oh, that's the...
This has nothing to do with being pro-gun activists.
Right there.
M39
M39 EMR.
EMR.
That's the gun. I don't know if you're on that night, but there was this guy. I'll never forget his fucking asshole name, Red Brewster, motherfucker. Fuck that guy.
You hear that, Red Brewster?
We were in the bazaar, and there's an alley. There's like where they spawn on the one side. There's a street, and then there's like that alleyway, and there's like that door that you can see to the street that goes over to the other area. It's like there's 3 doors you can see through. He sat through that door with that gun. It was on hardcore, and he fucking owned us. And he, but the thing was, is that that's fine. I've seen people go get like 100 kills before on a hardcore. That's fine. But he died like 6 times. He went like 106.
Yeah.
And like literally poke our heads out, and he killed all of us with 1 hit. He just kept shooting and shooting. We're like, what the fuck? Like we just assumed he was glitching, but we'd never seen anybody glitch before up to that point. And we couldn't. I mean,
Couldn't prove it.
we couldn't really. Yeah, it seemed plausible. I just don't understand how he only died out of 100 kills. He died 6 times.
The MP4112
Ridiculous.
Rex.
For most of the game, he only had like 2 deaths. He didn't get those other deaths until the very, very end of the game.
Oh, wow.
It was fucking annoying.
The MP412 Rex is like a 44 caliber handgun. Like Dirty Harry, and then
It's like a tactical version of that.
Yeah.
And then there's also the 93R, which is the one where Vince was talking about. It's a quick 3 burst bullets, but it takes out people quick.
I considered it on par with it was pretty much a primary weapon.
Okay.
I know on the last update they just depowered it a little bit, but they upped the accuracy or the recoil. They lowered that, so that way it's a little bit more accurate in terms of the jump on it.
Yeah.
But it's not as powerful. But it's great for fucking headshotting people.
Right.
I didn't really notice a difference, honestly. That was one of the guns I didn't, when they said they changed it, I didn't notice much of a difference. If you pull it out and you got to use it, it's fucking very reliable. You can take people down. You can take down a few people if you have to.
Yeah.
Some of the changes I don't agree on. Some of them were like, okay, cool, I understand. Like the little bird, you have to have an assistant with you, and a little bird who will do like
The locking
like
for
the
you.
locking for you, like
Yeah,
the
you
tank.
can lock on your own.
No longer with the laser guided missiles, so it just makes it a little bit more that bit of a challenge for you, but still.
Well, they also made the Stingers better.
Yeah.
They lock on farther and they do more damage.
Which one thing with the new maps, everybody's fucking playing an
It's
engineer.
like $3.
Everybody's
That's
playing an engineer.
cool. That's the type of gameplay it is.
But
I don't even like playing. When I first started off, the first few months I played, I was only an engineer. I don't really like playing engineer that often, but it's kind of fuck, that's what you need. So I've been healing like a motherfucker, just like torching people.
Heal me.
Heal me.
So we're gonna take a break here real quick, and let's see. We'll be right back. You guys won't even notice we're gone. I was gonna talk to you guys real quick before. You guys think we need an intro song? Cause
I thought Ryan was in
We
this
will
song.
play your game.
yeah, see.
I like how he just improvs it every
You
time.
will feel pride or shame
There's only shame here.
as we play your game. Be it wild or heavy rain.
Ooh.
You know what? Somebody said on N4G that you should be on X Factor, the next X Factor.
Should I now? Yes, let's do this.
So, all right, we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we're back. We took a little bit of a longer break than we should have, but it's cool. Some people here,
It was important shit we were talking about.
yeah,
We were doing another podcast.
doing a podcast with the Devil's Lettuce,
We were talking about movies.
talking about movies.
The importance of a lot of things.
Yes, the importance of canon.
Very, very important.
Is this a movie podcast? It's about video games.
That's why we had to talk about it outside.
video games. Anyways,
Our topics are persecuted.
it'd be funny if we did a movie one also. So, the big elephant in the room is Wii U gets announced today. And they got a release date.
Next subject. No, sorry.
A lot of people feel that way. Wii U got an announced date. It's going to be coming out November 18th, 2012. So it's actually a little bit sooner than most people expected. They did announce it today because it is the 25th anniversary of Mario Brothers. So they wanted to catch that day and make the announcement. It went gold. They announced it in Japan first, and it blew up. And with the yen price, it was like the premium model, because there's gonna be two models. There's gonna be an 8 gig model and a 32.
Yeah.
And the 32 gig, was gonna be $405. I think when I checked it up.
Yeah, once yen
Converted to US.
Yeah.
With the US version, US announced that they're gonna be coming out with two different models, also 8 gig and a 32, just like the Japan. But the 8 gig is going to be at $299, which a lot of people quoted, hey, it's going to be $299. People saying, no, it's going to be $350. Well, the higher end model is going to be at $350, the 32 gig.
Yeah, which they're known as the basic and premium models.
8 gig is kind of...
32 gig is kind of...
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of ridiculous, because...
They both are, yeah, you're right.
Well, yeah, they both are.
30
And I'm only coming in from the point of what console makers are doing now. Now, granted, this is their new system.
But wait, what was? Remember when Xbox had the basic model?
$399 was basic model for a 20 gig.
20, right?
When it first came out.
That's what I had. Okay, and I used to have to delete shit a lot.
Yeah. Well, they have the arcade version now that comes with 8, right?
No,
4 gig. 4 gig
so the
internal.
arcade one, but that means that's arcade. That means you can buy games, play it, but you can't.
Yeah, you basically
download
use
shit.
the arcade
You
games.
can
You're not
download
looking.
One
you
at a time.
Yeah, like the
one game at a time.
Xbox Live arcade games that are like 250 megabytes or some shit like that.
You can play the smaller tiered
Either
arcade
way,
games.
I mean, I had the 60 gig PS3 that I was fine with that, but I would every now and then have to go through and delete some
Yeah,
games.
well, I'm having that problem now with a 120 gig. I'm having that
Yeah.
problem on a PS3 with 120.
I mean, this doesn't matter, and I'm not going to be playing it. It just seems like, from our experience, why would they make it... I can't even believe they make hard drives that small now, with the way space
Well,
is,
it's
drives.
gonna be probably a chipset thing, kind of like an iPhone, or it's not gonna be. It better
Like
not.
a giant USB.
It better not be a fucking normal like, traditional hard drive.
disk
Yeah.
drive.
HDD hard drive
It
spinning.
better not be. That's fucking
Just a regular
ridiculous.
disk drive
Just
hard
Still,
drive.
spinning.
we had to go back in time to get these.
We had to ask Doctor Who to take us back in time.
Yeah, because, I mean, your standard hard drive now is like 250 and up.
Which means they're not even trying to adopt like what everybody else is doing. They're not trying to do what
Dude, I bought
Xbox is doing.
I bought
Yeah.
I bought a flash drive for like $15 at Walmart.
Yeah.
It's like a 8.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Next subject. No,
Yeah.
What else? Okay.
So-
Aside from that, what does it have over Xbox and PS3?
Let's
Over?
also keep in point that you are essentially buying two pieces of hardware out of this.
Okay.
You're buying the console, and the gamepad itself is a piece of hardware because it is a touch screen.
True that, and then with
What's
the
the
32,
gamepad?
the 32 gig one, I think it also comes with extra controllers. I believe.
Yeah, I think
From
it
what I-
does something
not
like
an
that.
extra, not an extra tablet.
Not
No,
an
no,
extra
no,
tablet.
no. Yeah, no. In fact, as they also announced in the U.S. that right in the beginning, you won't be able to buy another gamepad right away.
Did you see what the price was when they actually crossed
Yeah.
the
Well, when I
pads?
saw it, when I saw the yen price
Yeah.
on it, it was like
It's not gonna be the yen.
173.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the yen price, but it's still gonna be pretty high. It'll probably be around $100.
Yeah, that
The
kind
price
of
at
fits.
$99.99 because it's the magical $99.99 that nobody realizes is
Is $100. Yeah, 107.
But with the 32 gig version also, I don't know if the 8 gig is doing this, but hey, easy there with my comic book there, buddy. Just sliding it across my
If
table.
It's
really-
a graphic
If you
novel.
really cared about it being a fucking bag with a board on it.
It's a trade.
Trade paperback. They don't have to have that.
The other thing with
Oh,
This is Vince's first time experiencing the gamepad.
it's so fucking big, dude.
it's huge.
It's massive, dude.
Is
and it
that how
works-
you play the game?
You can't. No.
It's
no.
integration with the game.
Yeah.
Meaning you can use it as a second screen. which you can also apparently point at your television
So
screen
they
for
had
a
it like
different
this.
alternative view.
They had one game like this where it had a ninja star on it, and you would flick it like this, and as you're flicking it, you're throwing ninja stars onto the TV.
Or imagine this: the guy was
Did
playing
they show
Batman.
that yesterday?
No, they showed that at
No.
E3.
Yeah, but that shit was just concept shit. That's like when the Xbox fucking Kinect came out and they showed that kid pretending he was a fucking Godzilla, and then on the TV it showed Godzilla.
Yeah,
or it
monstering
showed him
things
holding
out.
up his. That's just
But
concept.
There
shit.
was another thing they showed with Batman. When you're going into the personal view, you know when you play Arkham City, you go into that other view. So you can look.
Yeah.
You'll be using the gamepad against the television to be looking at what is actually going through the view of that.
I'm always kind of weird about shit like that.
Or they showed baseball. If you're the pitcher, you can actually see where you're aiming, you're pitching. When you're gonna, while the other person is actually able to see his version from the batting
I'm
perspective.
just wondering how many games are really gonna need that shit.
Well, yeah,
And they have to program the game. So
exactly.
that's why I think a lot of the games are going to make their menu system like the Wii U's or the Zombie U game. When you pull up the Zombie U, you want to look into your backpack. This is going to be your backpack section,
Yeah.
and you pick your items that you want to use.
But you think it's faster just to hit a button on your screen and then interrupt the game real quick? And
From what I was watching of people at E3, I almost think it was. Because some people were having issues just pointing the thing at the screen.
But we'll find out more on the 21st.
Yes.
I think it's super gimmicky
The Wii U
I'm a little
events.
concerned.
and slightly expensive. A lot of the people I saw online talking about it were concerned that they're gonna have the same. They're gonna do the same deal they did with the 3DS when it first came out. It was kind of expensive, but they got all the early adopters.
And then they cut
Then
it.
they cut the price, and then they did that ambassador
Yeah,
shit.
the ambassador
So
program.
everybody's like, "Oh, they're probably gonna do that again." The Wii U,
Which could happen.
Yeah.
Easily could happen.
they'll throw it out there. All the early adopters will buy it, and then it's not selling as good as it was. Let's drop the price and screw all those people, but we'll give them some free shit.
Right.
And
Exactly.
is it gonna have all the? It's gonna have all the same shit that all the other systems have in terms of games and all that.
Did you guys play this?
It's completely. What's it called? No, I've seen that.
That's a great game, though.
What is it?
This Connect game.
What's it called?
Oh Jesus!
It
It's
says
horrible.
backwards compatible with all the Wii shit. Like,
Yeah, it
all
is.
Wii stuff. You just
So
saw.
all your motion controllers, all your game pads, anything you actually bought for the Wii will work for the Wii U.
Stop showing me these pictures. All we're trying to talk. It's too much. I can't even like say what's happening right now.
That's the one I was telling you. Roses are black, violets are black, everything's
Everything's
black.
black. I can't see.
I can't see. Sorry. We'll just.
Anyways, what was I saying? I was trying to.
Well, what we were saying is that all the peripherals for your Wii will work on the Wii U. So all the controllers you got, any game pads, anything you got like that, will work on the Wii U. They're actually practically needed in some games.
I don't know. It's just weird. I kind of think they should have just waited and tried to compete with the
Next
other
gen.
systems when they come out
Thank you.
But
on
see,
par.
This
Next
is
gen. Thank you.
yeah. What's next gen on par? But what they should have done is just like they're doing it right by the releasing it at this time window now. This is a perfect time.
Yeah, you gotta get.
for-
That's how they fucking
to-
make
to-
their money right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Right before Christmas. It's before the next gens are out.
Yeah, but then it's like
It's a new talk, but the hardware aspects of it, we're looking at it as a hardcore base, and we're like, no. Now they're looking at it like you can hook it up to your HD TV with an HDMI cable. You're fucking cool.
Yeah,
you know.
it's the HD version of the Wii.
Well,
Yeah.
this is the thing. I would love to buy a Nintendo system, but there's nothing that's decent. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, dude. If this was coming out like around the same time as the PS3 and the 360, then you'd have like
Yeah.
more of a. You'd have to decide, like, fuck, is that worth it over the other two?
Yeah.
But where it's at now, it's like I'm not gonna buy that
Thank you.
for sure.
Yeah.
And people that do buy it, it's kind of like
I think this
I
is
think
all
the hardcore gamers are already playing
these games
the games. They're not gonna like buy another system, and then some parents are gonna buy their kids this shit, and they're not
to
gonna
play it with a gimmicky setup with it. You know,
Yeah, and
I
then-
don't think
and then
that's a
whenever-
good selling point.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, I think we're gonna see the same thing that happened with the Wii happen with this.
It's gonna
People
blow
are
up.
gonna buy the shit out of it, and then it's just gonna die.
Yeah, or it's gonna be you bought that console and then that's all you bought.
Yeah.
You didn't
I
buy
was-
anything else.
I was talking to the lady that cuts my hair yesterday, and I told her to play video games. She's like, "Oh my god, you're one of those guys."
You're one of those.
And then she's like, "Oh, I got a Wii at my house somewhere." Exactly. She has
Somewhere.
a Wii. They don't play it. She says, "I played it a long time ago."
It's another issue too.
It's
Like
just
let's
somewhere.
say a big game comes out. Let's say that like some Battlefield. Who's going to be on the network? I mean,
They are gonna have Battlefield for it.
Yeah, they are.
but I'm saying like, is there going to be that? Is there going to be like 20 people online?
There's a lot of young
I don't
kids. Like, okay, think of our friend Yvette. Her kids are starting to play Battlefield or Modern Warfare, and they've been like, "Oh, Modern Warfare." They've been playing that game, but they upgraded from when I hooked them up online with the Wii version, and now they have the Xbox, and now they're playing Modern Warfare on the Xbox with their uncle, and they're playing that way.
Yeah,
now.
but their uncle ain't going to buy no Wii U.
Did it say what kind of media it takes? Does it take Blu-rays? Because I thought it said that they were like 25 gig discs or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, that I didn't know either. I didn't look any.
They probably
Like-
didn't mention it.
Trying to read it
Because-
from so many different places, they're all fucking like.
Because I mean, I think it's gonna sell just because it's fucking Nintendo and because it's
It is.
before Christmas and kids are gonna
Exactly.
want that shit. It's gonna sell like
Exactly.
shit, like hotcakes. But like anybody that has any kind of sense, they're gonna go to the store and be like, okay, I could buy this new Wii thing that I can play Mario and Zombie U on. That's pretty cool. Or I could buy
And
a
Nintendo
360 or Nintendo Land. Or I can buy a 360
wait, I'm
or
sorry. I
PS3.
love the face Jason just made right
and
there.
just get play the same fucking. Well, I could play Assassin's Creed on PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360. They're $250, or I buy a Wii U, and I can also play that. But your main selling point is, hey, I'm going to be able to play Zombie U and
But you're looking at this from your perspective.
yeah, from mine.
Yeah, I get
which
what-
is,
I get what
yeah,
Mikey's
that's what I'm
saying.
saying. It's still going to sell like hotcakes, but
Yeah, from the family perspective, it
smart
will.
people will go in there and maybe see that. Most people are just going to go buy that shit. And we're going to run into the same thing we saw this generation. It's going to suck if it's just a repeat of this last generation.
Right.
Wii comes out, sells like crap, sells like a shitload, and then goes to crap. Xbox is second out, it sells like crazy. And then the PlayStation 3 is playing catch up.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the same shit. Unless PS3 or Xbox does something like revolutionary, like
Yeah.
PS3 with the Gaikai integration or something.
Yeah.
Well, my daughter is pissed.
She is mad as hell.
She's
hulking
mad
out.
as hell, and she's not gonna take it.
She was not invited to this podcast, and she's taking it very harsh.
She doesn't like the Wii U either.
Yeah, she hates the Wii U. She heard us talking about it. She's like, no, do not bring that POS into my house.
So, I don't know. Ryan, Jason, and I were all going to a Wii U event on the 21st.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
out
to
in
talk
LA.
shit to the people right to their
Directly
face.
to them. And yes, they will have cameras there too, so they
Yeah.
will be
I'm
taking
gonna
your
do
statements.
That. I'm gonna do that.
I think you should.
I'm going to.
If Miyamoto's there, I want you to talk directly to him.
He won't be there, but Reggie will be.
Sit there and be like, "Oh, bring in a bunch of PlayStation games. Can you sign this? Oh, wait." Can't sign.
Oh, never mind. You're a loser now.
I'm actually thinking of looking to see if I have any old Nintendo stuff that I might want signed or anything like that. Put it
Take,
in there.
as I understood, take a lot of whatever you want with you if it's Nintendo-esque.
Really?
Yeah, and there's also going to be a lot of contests, and there's even a photo booth where you can make your own photos with friends and whatnot for an experience moment,
Like,
whatever.
dude, what is with that now? Like,
But as
all
I understand,
coming out of PAX, I seen like so many people. They're like, me just hanging out with the Halo crew, me hanging
Actually,
out with all these zombies. I was like,
actually, I have to admit, some of the pictures were pretty fun because they're giving you like plush blocks and Mario picture things to just kind of put on and fuck around with. But the other thing I really liked, and I'm really hoping this is exactly what it is, we'll have our own kiosk, so we can play for quite a while.
nice. So,
We get to rip off some stuff too.
We're gonna take a gamepad with us. That's for damn sure.
The first time we went to E3, there was that PS2 right next to the open door.
first time. All right, this is my.
I think it
my
was
first.
the second time we went to E3.
No, I think it was our first time. Our first or second time.
No, it was the second time because the first time was when the Dreamcast was big.
Dreamcast was coming out.
The PS3
Xbox.
was a rumor, or PS2 was a rumor. The second year we went, there was actually a PS2 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're there at E3, and there's these giant double doors to the convention center that are open.
Picture this moment.
And
It was like the end of the day.
the end of the day, the last day of the convention, so everybody's tearing everything down, and they're not really kicking anybody out. They're just like, okay, we gotta leave here. You know, the convention's over, and you could tell everybody's done. But there was just like this giant PS2 that was just sitting right there, and nobody was around it. It was just sitting on this pillar, and Jason and I are
It was like plugged into a TV, but like 20 feet behind it was like 2 open bay doors. Like you could just unplug it and run out those doors.
and Jason and I were sitting there and contemplating for about maybe 10 minutes. Like, should we do it? Should we do it? Like, what will happen if we run out with this shit right now?
Should we take this dev kit? Should we take this dev kit?
It wasn't a tool.
Oh, it wasn't a tool?
It wasn't a tool. It was the actual PS2.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a normal size. The
It was
tool
probably-
ones
it was,
were...
no, it was probably a debugging unit though.
It might have been a debugging unit, but... Anyways, on to the next topic real quick.
No, I would.
Well, I mean...
I would never steal anything Nintendo. It's not worth it.
No, I mean, but...
In fact, we'll just give it back
Yeah.
when they're trying to force this on us.
Yeah, just take it for a couple days.
No,
and give it
no,
right
you
back.
can have it. You keep it.
I mean, but...
You know,
I'm trying to think of it as a different aspect, and I'm not
I know you're
trying
looking
to...
for a positive aspect to this.
Yes. And I'm trying to... Because the reason is just like... I know it's not marketing for us. And like, there may be a couple games on there that will... There may be a couple games on there that's going to hit us directly. But there's nothing about the game where I'm like... I'm going to go out and spend... I don't want to rush out and spend $350.
Right. This is for the family that bought the Wii and enjoyed their experience. The family that bought the Wii, enjoyed the experience, and they're going, oh, good, a new experience.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Sony fanboy, and I do love Sony to the max. You know, they're my favorite gaming company, even though they fucked us over on some stuff. But like Microsoft, if Microsoft was to come out with a new console, and I had the money for it, I would run out and check it out. You know, because there might be
you would check it out. That doesn't necessarily mean you would buy it.
Well, no. When I mean check it out, I mean by picking it up and buying it.
Oh, okay.
You know, but I just don't like the fact of having to pay for an online system where I can be on the PS3 and have it for free. You know, I want it because of the games that it's going to be able to play. Where I sit there and look at the Nintendo titles and I'm like, you know what? I love Zelda, and I found some Zelda shoes the other day that I want to get, but I'm just like...
you know, I'm glad how he threw that in. I found some Zelda shoes I want to get.
Oh man!
Did you see the Aperture socks?
No.
You saw the Aperture socks, right?
No.
Looks just like the boots for Portal. Aperture socks.
But I'm not enough to be like, I'm gonna fork down $300 right now to get it.
Yeah.
And if Liz bought me my Wii, so you know my wife bought me my Wii. I'm like, if she sits there and goes, hey, you want the Wii? I'll be like, no, just return it. Fucking, I don't want it right now.
Destroy it.
Destroy it. Destroy it.
Get that foul thing out of my face.
Anyway, okay, so since something we can all talk about, we want to also talk about Assassin's Creed coming out here real soon. It's right around, near and around the corner. Are all you guys going to pick it up?
I have a
I'm
reserve.
gonna borrow yours and you're done playing it.
What?
As of this point,
actually, no. I'll be honest though, it is a game that I probably would buy. I'm not sure yet.
It's American history.
As of this point, I only have 2 games that are actually on pre-order. I'll be thinking about a third possibly, but I don't know necessarily now. I'm not saying that I don't want to play the game. I'm just not saying that right now it may be that 100% important to me.
I don't buy a lot of games in general, so I usually buy like maybe a couple a year, maybe 2. But that might be one of them. I'm not sure yet. I still gotta borrow your other one and play it.
But I know how much you like the Assassin's Creed, playing the games.
The first one I didn't. The second one I did.
The first one you didn't,
I've only
but the
played
second
2.
one. The second one you were playing a lot, and you're just like,
beat
look
it.
how fucking brutal this shit is. Like, even when you got the gun and you're capping people in the head, you
I
know.
would never do that, Mikey.
Yeah. You know, it's something that...
I was in the baker's cream. We made muffins.
Muffins, I tell ya.
No, I'm on the fence. It's definitely not something I've thought about, but from seeing the previews, I definitely want to play that shit for sure.
Yeah, I want to play it, but will I get it at launch? Not sure. I would actually put myself as unsure at this point, on the fence.
I'm gonna pick it up. I want to pick it up at launch. If I have the money at the time, I will.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna pre-order it because there's no sense. That type of a game right there, I'm just gonna buy the standard edition. Maybe what edition that comes with whoever has the better DLC depends on which store I buy it at. But at the same time, there's so many copies of that game. There's not going to be a reason to be like, oh, I want to buy it. I want to
pre-order like that about all games, though. Honestly,
yeah, you only pre-order for bonuses.
We've talked about it before with the DLC versus the pre-orders and all that. It's like I'm of the mind where it's like, what, I don't really care. I just go buy it, the regular one.
Yeah.
Like BF3 did have the pack. That's kind of significant, but
it had extra dog tags is what it had if you pre-ordered it at different places.
The Karkan pack.
Extra dog tags.
Either way.
They're tags for
I don't
dogs.
know. I want to play that shit, though.
But with the new videos and the updates, Jason, are you going to pick it up?
I have it pre-ordered on Amazon, the special edition one.
Now, are you going to also pick up the Vita one?
Liberation.
Actually, I'd probably rather play the Vita one than the new one.
Have you seen that thing play?
Fuck, that shit.
Goddamn. Yeah.
It looks so damn good.
Because I could use something for the Vita, and because Assassin's Creed 3, it looks fine, but it really annoys me when he's running through the trees and jumping off the branches. They don't bend.
I got what you're saying.
They're like, oh, snow falls off the branches and all this stuff. Yeah,
but they don't bend.
But they don't bend from his weight.
Which, yes, I could see, yeah.
That's okay. But that's okay, though.
Oh, yeah. He's like a slender 130.
Maybe on the computer or something, if it has physics enabled or something, it'll...
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, I want them to release a pack where it's both games together.
Okay.
I want something like that. I want a SKU like that where it's the game and the Vita one together. Maybe at a discounted price, $5 off. I'd fucking $10 off would be better.
Yeah. The only reason I have it reserved right now is because the special edition something they don't make a shitload of them. They usually have them for like a couple weeks after it comes out, but then they sell out. And I already have special editions from the other ones with the statues, so I was like, what the hell. I'll decide by the time it comes out if I want that or just want the...
Not the Revelations one, the one with the Jester. Fucking Best Buy had that one for a year, for a long ass time after.
I think I got one of those Jesters sealed in my room.
The Jester is sealed in Jason's room.
I got it from the Slurpee thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
We have to talk about the Slurpee thing one day. Because Slurpee's fucking retarded. When they did that, you could get games with Slurpee points.
Yeah.
It was pretty ridiculous. You go buy... So that EA MMA game came out.
Yeah.
Full price in the store. If you went to 7-Eleven and bought $20 worth of Slurpees, you got enough points to buy the game.
Holy shit.
I bought...
No wonder it didn't work.
3 copies of that game. I sold one on Amazon. I kept one. I gave one to my cousin. And it cost me $60 in Slurpees. I went to the 7-Eleven and I was like, can you ring me up for these 20 cups? And she's like, you don't want Slurpee? And I was like, nope.
No.
She's like, whatever.
You can even have the cups back.
Yeah. But they did the same thing. They had a bunch of video game stuff on that. Assassin's Creed, they were giving away Assassin's Creed shit. And it was posters and the little gestures that came in the special edition for like $5 worth of Slurpee cups or something like that. So, I mean, it was kind of I don't think they're going to do it anymore because they kind of lost their ass on that kind of stuff.
Yeah. They don't even have games in store anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Do they? Because I don't see any of them down here.
They're all used games. And they're all piece of shit games. They don't have the new games anymore.
They don't have new games anymore. Yeah, so that's kind of what I meant. I don't see new games coming up, or even pre-orders inside 7-Eleven anymore.
They had that?
Yeah, they had that. Yeah, they were trying to muscle in on the gaming biz, but I don't think it worked for them.
They've been doing it in Japan for years.
Yeah.
They're the first time I watched a 1UP video, it was the one where they're talking about when 1UP used to do videos. They were doing like, fucking 7-Eleven. They started selling Killzone early, Killzone 2.
Oh, yes.
And they're like, where else can you get a Slurpee, some beef jerky, and Killzone 2 a week early? It was like one of the best videos I watched around for a long time. It was fucking funny. But that was a good show. If you guys ever listen to that older podcast, if you can still get it. But
Well, it's not. Well, I don't even know what it turned into after Four Guys One Up.
yeah. But anyways, next topic. Fuck! I just had the game on my mind. We were talking about it.
Assassin's Creed?
No, not Assassin's Creed. The next one after that. The next one, Hitman.
Oh, Hitman.
Hitman's right around the corner.
Okay, I'll probably buy that one.
You'll probably buy that
I'm
one.
probably gonna buy Hitman. If
Now-
I had to choose between the two, I'd buy Hitman and borrow yours when you're done with yours.
On that little play of an E3, yeah, I think
But we
I'll
could do that. We
get
can go
Hitman
tandem.
as well.
You buy one, I buy the other one. We'll swap it out.
Well, switcheroo. Sounds pretty good. Okay.
I see no advantage to that.
I'm actually interested in Hitman also. I haven't played Hitman since like way back in the day when Jason had Hitman for the...
I was just gonna say I've never really been into Hitman. I may have owned it in the past, but I probably didn't play
I've
it.
only played one, and it was the last one, and it was really, really pretty awesome.
Blood Money, or what was it called? Because
It's
I bought
like
one
Blood
for
Money.
I bought one on Steam. Played like 20 minutes of it. And I was like, it's okay, but it's
Me and
Interesting.
Ryan were talking about how movies lack like in like surprises and shit like that. Hitman, I think it was called Blood Money. It was whatever it was when
The last iteration was Blood
it
Money.
came out on
We'll
PS2
look it
and
up
then
right
it
now.
released on Xbox 360 when Xbox
Yeah,
360
that was
first
Blood
came out.
Money.
At the end of that game, and I've talked to a few people and they didn't know about this. It's common knowledge, I'm sure now or at the time, but the people I knew didn't know anything about this. But I thought I had one of the coolest endings because at the very end, once you complete the game, your character dies. It's a spoiler from like 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't
But,
think that's a spoiler.
But and then the credits play and you see you're laying in the casket and the bad guys are there at your funeral, and you see the credits.
Oh,
play.
that's so nice of the bad guys to come to
but
my
it's all
funeral.
it's all like operatic and
Yeah, I
fucking
gotcha.
all directed and shit.
Hitman
Well,
Blood Money, yeah.
I happened to like be fucking around with I had the controller in my hand. I was trying to make it like skip the scene or whatever.
Yeah.
And something happened, and I heard something, so I kept fucking with the controller, and I kept doing it, and I couldn't figure out what it was, but I kept just fucking with all the buttons, and I kept hearing this like heartbeat. And it turns out later I found out because I told this guy about it. He's like, I couldn't get it to do it. You're fucking lying. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking telling you. And I would Google that shit. I was like, no, okay, now I know. You spin the fucking sticks around or something. You can Google it yourself. But long story short, he fucking gets up out of the casket because he's not fucking dead.
Yeah.
And whereas people that would never even think to touch a controller would have fucking stopped playing the game, you get
Yeah.
out of the casket, these motherfuckers scatter,
Okay.
you fucking go chase them down, you don't have a gun or anything, so you're killing them all brutal ways and shit. One of the main bad guys is like in a wheelchair and shit. So you fucking run out and you're in a fucking, it's a cemetery, there's a shed off in the distance, I'm like, there's gotta be something there. They had a couple options, I got the pruning shears.
That's
Fucking
awesome.
that motherfucker and I put that shit in his fucking down his spine, behind his head and shit. It was just like, fuck you, like killed everybody in the fucking funeral home and shit, and that was the end of the game.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah.
But for most people, I mean, not obviously hardcore gamers are gonna figure that shit out, but that's what I thought was really cool about that, and obviously like the replay value, like you're constantly fucking like I
Trying
want
to see
to
different
beat
ways
this way,
of-
I want to
different
beat
ways
this
of-
way,
Yeah.
and it's like pretty legit because there is different. It's
There's
it's
different
set up
styles.
pretty good to where the people react a certain way.
There's people doing speed runs of that game,
Yeah.
and it was like one of the scenes was because I haven't played it, and I was listening to somebody else talk about it, and they were describing it. And I was like, "Fuck, I want to play it." Like the way they were describing it was so much that I wanted to play the game because I haven't played the game since Jason had it, and I don't know if it was for the PC way back in the day or if it was for
I don't
PlayStation.
think I really ever had that. It was probably PlayStation 2, and I probably never played it.
Yeah. And I remember we played a little bit of it, and we were like trying to break into the mansion, and you can dress up as the milkman and fucking walk in as the milkman, and
I
go.
remember this.
Yeah, go down the very. It was the very first level. Now that's all I remember of playing of Hitman.
Yeah.
And we were just playing that mission over and over because we were trying to figure out like how to go through
Maybe
it.
it was a demo.
Maybe,
I think it was the demo.
but anyways, the Blood Money they were talking about, like there's this one scene where there's an opera.
Yeah.
And you have to go in and you have to take out like the singer and somebody else
on the stage.
on the stage.
Yeah, make it look fake because
Make it-
they use a gun. You gotta like load it with a real bullet or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one way. Another way is like to drop something on them.
Another way is to drop something on them. And one way that a lot of these people didn't know is somebody else did it was they took out the who was it? It's the maintenance guy that walks around.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
They took out the maintenance guy right away, and that was like the fastest way to do it because you could sit there and go up there and loosen up the bolt of the chandelier, and the chandelier came down. And when they're in the hot tub on this one spot, they fucking just shut out the glass in the hot tub to make it look like it fell down from the side of the building.
Yeah, I figured that out pretty quick.
And it was just like, but I was like, fuck, dude, like there's so many different
a lot of
aspects
scenarios.
of it.
Typically, if I was having a really hard time with the level, what I would do is, and this is kind of a cheesy way to do it, but it would work. It would just be kind of hard because you could die because you just kill everybody.
Mhm.
If you just go through and kill every single person in the level, there's no witnesses, so you technically beat the level. Because the thing is, in this particular game, if you finish the level perfectly with no witnesses, then the next level is chill.
Okay.
If people see your face, they can describe you.
Okay.
And then the next level, now when you're going through the crowds, people are like, isn't that one guy?
Yeah,
And
I heard about him.
It fucks up it makes it harder.
Yeah.
Well, if you just kill everybody,
Assassino.
you don't get a high of a score because you didn't do it stealth, but there's no witnesses, so you don't get dinged
Right.
for that. So fuck it. I guess I'll just have to kill the entire dinner party,
Yeah.
whatever.
I'll just
Then you go
murder
back and you try
everyone.
again and try and beat it properly and shit like that. There's sometimes you can't do that. Mardi Gras level, you can't kill everybody. I tried.
No, what
They
they
just
should
keep spawning.
They should do like with the new one, like each level give it 3 different trophies. You know, one trophy for like if you just beat it, another trophy silver if you do it, better, and another trophy if you get it with no witnesses, then fucking like a gold trophy.
I think there's a limit to trophies in games. I don't know. Some
No,
games have a
because
lot.
Some games have a lot. Like
I saw the video of him fighting all the cops in that fucking old fucked up mansion.
yeah,
It looks good. I don't know. I think it's gonna be good. If it's like on the same track as the last one, I'm definitely.
When I played from E3, yeah, that was fun.
I don't want to go to GameStop and get the fucking game from there as much as I want. The extra sniper missions, but they have the DLC from the sniper missions. So
Somebody else just did that bullshit. We
They'll
have
make
to
it
go to
available
GameStop.
eventually, though. They always do.
Yeah.
It won't stay exclusive the whole time. They'll just offer later.
That's one thing that's good about GameStop exclusive stuff is it is always something that you can get later on. They never get something that you never get.
It's like they just get it first.
Yeah.
Like they get a head start.
Or you get it and it's unlocked when you start the game and you just play the game and it unlocks later on.
Yeah.
That's retarded.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really even care about pre-ordering. When I got the BF3, I went into Walmart and they had 100 of the regular and 100 of the special edition. I was like, what's the difference? Well, you get the free levels. I was like, I'll take that one. And that was it. There's no pre-orders involved or anything,
A woodpecker.
That is funny.
So, but I can't wait for that. So I want to pick that up also. But we might have to do a little, behind the scenes talking here. Make you pick up one game and I pick up the other.
But
each one of the games we get, I play first.
I'll probably get Hitman for sure. I'll probably get Hitman for sure. It depends. If they come out the right way, you can buy one and play it. And then when you're done, I play it. And Hitman comes out, then I'll buy it and I'll leave it at my house until I'm done playing Assassin's Creed. And then I'll play that one. Then you can play the other one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
This is a good deal.
But I can't wait to check it out. I'm actually really interested in this one, and I really want to pick it up. And even though I haven't, like I said, played any of the other Hitmans, looks really good. And I'm really surprised. Same thing with Tomb Raider. I'm really surprised how much, Square Enix has coming out this year.
Oh yeah, they're actually blowing the titles out.
You say
Blowing
Tomb
out
Raider?
really good titles. Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider.
The new Tomb Raider does look pretty good.
We'll see. I've never liked Tomb Raider.
From the videos, it's.
She narrowly
I think
gets
it'll be
raped.
hard for them to keep that
I'm not kidding.
Incitement.
Yeah, that excitement or
It's
that
unbreakable.
Like
that
how
pace.
that pace, and not only that, and also like how much of the shit can they keep, you know.
But other than that, I like the way it looks so far. It looks like it's like a survival type game. It looks like Uncharted, but where Uncharted's like action, kill everybody and run around. This one looks like Uncharted but survival.
And I like the fact that
And
she runs
because
around with
it's
the bow and
Tomb
arrow.
Raider, and because it's Tomb Raider, there'll probably be more puzzles than
Does she eat
is in
snakes
Uncharted.
in it?
She cries a lot.
She shoots deer, so I'm pretty sure she eats the deers.
She better eat a deer. She better drink its blood first.
Is Solid Snake gonna jump out of the bushes on her? Or Big Boss, whatever.
Ubisoft is kicking ass this year, though.
Ubisoft is kicking ass this year. So is Square Enix.
I
They
could have
have a
swore
really
Far
good
Cry
lineup.
3 came out. Oh, because I
But Far Cry 3 or 4 or whatever, the new Far Cry.
The third.
It looks good. Yeah, the third one. It looks good, and a lot of it. When I played it, and it plays well, but I'm just like,
yeah, you played that shitty multiplayer thing. I didn't like that.
I played the multiplayer, and I was just like,
I think the first
feeling
player,
it.
the one player game is going to be pretty decent, like story wise, because like
Yeah.
the characters seem good, but yeah, the multiplayer looks kind of cheesy. It looks like it just looks like a horde mode where you play with 4 people. So
And it's like, some games, like, why incorporate multiplayer? You know, I know it's
replay value.
replay value, also that.
Yeah, they're just all looking at how the multiplayer
Because
aspect is
now,
taken
nowadays,
over.
But-
people play a game, they're done with it, and unless there's DLC to keep their interest, then they stop playing it. They don't talk about it. Their friends don't buy it because they don't talk to their friends about it, and then the game just disappears.
Remember when a game was hard? You had to actually get with your friends and talk about how to get through levels.
And there's no internet to figure
Yeah.
out how to get on that level.
Yeah, but those games were the premises were more simple. They were
Yeah.
just more challenging.
Yeah.
They weren't
It's tiny
easy.
and shit.
They weren't hard. They were just
I'm depressed now.
Memories.
We just destroyed Vince's childhood.
Hold on one second. Okay. Also, when I want to talk about Killzone HD, because I had to look at my list of topics of what we had to talk about, because I couldn't remember. Killzone HD trilogy set is going to be coming out here real soon. Now, Jason is not going to pick up the HD set. I'm not going to pick up the HD set because I have both of the games that are in it, Killzone 2 and Killzone 3. I do want Killzone 1, but I hope that they sell Killzone 1 as a standalone by itself.
on the PlayStation.
On the
Store.
PlayStation Store. I will pick up the Killzone 1, but I don't want the other 2 because I already have it. You don't have any of the Killzone games? You have
I have
Killzone
3.
3.
I have 3.
You have 3?
Mm-hmm.
You have all 3 of the games?
No, I have 3.
Oh,
I
you
have
the
Killzone
actual
3.
Killzone 3. Okay.
Say it out. Spell it
See-
out to him. Spell it out to him.
I don't have
3.
Killzone. I don't have Killzone 2, but I do have Killzone 3.
There you go.
Okay. Plan on picking it up?
Nope.
Okay.
They're
Any
just
particular
HD
reason?
remaking everything in their catalog, which is great, but
You know, if Killzone and Killzone
Nintendo
2...
busted it out for fucking years, and it worked for Nintendo. Sony's fucking biting on it as much as they can.
If Killzone and Killzone 2 in some way are sold separately in this set and
They're
they're
not-
for a good price, then yes. But
They're not
other
buying
than
as
that,
much as
no.
they can. Why didn't they make the fucking HD Marvel Capcom?
They did.
I'll buy that shit.
They did.
No, it doesn't look the same. They make it like they make it look like the
It's
fucking,
HD, but it doesn't look
no,
the
it's
same.
the Street Fighter remix, dude. HD remix.
That's a whole entire different
I don't
aspect.
care. Do it.
They redid that game, though.
Redo it.
HD remix.
that wasn't Sony though. That was Capcom.
That was Capcom.
It's also not a 3D game. It's easier when it's a 3D game. Just to fucking throw some better adjustments on that
Textures.
shit.
So, I know Vince, I tried to get him many a times to play Killzone, and he wasn't really feeling it.
It's pretty cool.
Whatever. That's not what you said when you played it.
I was playing something else at the time. I can't remember what it was. Probably Grand Theft Auto.
Something that was important.
Grand Theft Auto. So, I don't think Vince is going to be picking it up. But anyways, next game that's going to be coming out here real soon. Game got released this last PlayStation Store update, which was Jet Set Radio. I'm planning on picking that up. Jason's waiting to pick it up for the Vita because he wants it for his Vita. And
Is it the old one?
The Sega Dreamcast one.
Is it?
Sega Dreamcast.
I missed that game.
I love that game.
Pretty fun.
So
I actually really like the second one too.
second one was cool on the Xbox, but
That's the only reason I bought an original Xbox was to play that fucking game. Then it's Shenmue.
and Shenmue.
Shenmue 2. Fuck.
Actually, that Shenmue and Dead or Alive are the only reason I bought an Xbox. And then Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
And then what
No,
else?
that was a nice surprise.
And then
And
then I bought it because of this, and then I bought it because of this. And Panzer Dragoon, I bought it because of Panzer.
I bought an Xbox each
Panzer
time I bought these
Dragoon
games.
You bought an Xbox because of a lot of games that you really wanted.
No, I only bought it for those 3 games, and then everything else I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
The original Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, the
I
original
played
Xbox.
Crazy Taxi the most on the Sega side. Dreamcast game.
Wow. I need to hook up my Dreamcast
You used to
again.
get
Start
fucking
fighting.
good at that shit, dude. We were pretty good.
Start seeing how long.
Blair and Offspring.
Yeah, it was always like the same 2 songs.
Yeah, Blair and
And it
Offspring.
didn't bother me. I don't know why. I don't even like that bit. Like, we'd play the shit out of
They
that.
have Crazy Taxi for the PS3, don't they?
Yeah, and for the
You can
360.
download it.
It's no.
It's the same game. It's
it's
not
same-
HD, but it's the game.
It's the game. It's the PS2.
What if it
version of
has
the
a
game.
soundtrack? Because that's always
I
like a
think
It
huge
does.
deal.
It does.
We can't get the soundtrack.
That's always their biggest fault. We can't get a soundtrack licensing. It's like, dude, really?
Should have worked that out in the first place.
Anyways, Tokyo Jungle is about to launch. That's the game where Tokyo's after a nuclear fallout war, and you're the pets, and you have to survive afterwards.
And dogs rape each other.
I'm gonna pick up that game.
I kind of want to check that game
I
out
want the physical copy though. I want that fucking the game cover that they got in Japan.
With the
of
Pomeranian.
Pomeranian standing in the middle of fucking destroy Tokyo.
too. The concept looks really cool because Tokyo's been destroyed from the nuclear fallout, and the only thing that's really alive afterwards is the pets.
Yeah.
And then you have like a Pomeranian, and there's also like lions and other creatures that other animals,
Tigers, bears. Oh my.
Yeah, oh my. Other creatures that are out and about that you have to fight off, and just kind of get them to do stuff also. So it looks kind of interesting, but it's almost like that Trash game too. I keep on thinking about that Trash game, that Trash Panic.
Trash Panic.
I always.
I was gonna say Gombyakyu or whatever the fuck, because I bought it off the Japanese store way before it came out. God, that game sucks.
And we're looking at it, we're like, this looks like an awesome puzzle
Yeah,
game.
it looks fun.
And we were trying to figure it out, and we tried
Even
so
when it came out in
goddamn
the
hard.
US, I couldn't still figure out how to play it. That game's fucking hard.
So
The story of the compacted trash dump.
Yeah.
yeah, the one where you compact the trash and it's like, then it becomes compost, and then it becomes fire, and then it becomes fucking. You get to explode this, and then you can drop this on there. But if you drop a refrigerator on it, the refrigerator's too dense, and you can't blow it up, and you just like. So you had to really look at all the items that were
Well,
coming
it's
out.
common sense, Mikey. How would you not know you can't put a refrigerator in the compost like that?
Well, we burnt a lot of shit in Riverside. We burnt a lot of shit in Riverside.
A fridge? You guys burn a fridge?
We burnt a lot of shit. That's
With
all I'm
tires
saying.
in it.
I'm not saying what the fuck we
We're not allowed
burnt.
to say anymore. I'm not allowed to talk about who I was with. I'm not allowed to talk about Frankie Four Eyes or fucking Johnny Two Toes. Right?
Johnny Tight Lips or Frankie the Squealer.
Johnny Tight Lips. We figured out a lot of shit's flammable. As that was our high school. Dust 514. Did any of you guys play the beta?
Ugh,
I tried.
like that game.
Oh yeah, we talked about.
Yeah, we talked about this last
Sorry.
podcast.
It's garbage.
It's all good.
So, I don't know.
Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2 is coming out here real soon, right around the
Next
corner.
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Ryan's picking it up.
No, I'm actually not. And that just becomes from a financial issue. So no, I'm not.
I am financially picking up the
Biggest
Ultimate Loot
edition.
Chest
The
Yeah.
Ultimate Luch.
and immediately putting it back on Amazon. They're going for like $500 right now. App is actually going for like $500.
And then they don't even have them yet. And then they're just like,
Yeah, people are pre-selling theirs.
yeah.
They're going for like $500. So,
It will be something I will pick up, just not right away. I'm not going to be doing it launch.
so I'm gonna buy it, sell it, and then use that money to buy normal Borderlands.
That's $59.99 version. Good job.
So, wanted to talk about our DayZ update. Freaking Arma 2, they received a free DLC pack which takes on helicopters and some planes and stuff like that. So they have air capabilities now. And Jason was telling me earlier that they had it for a couple weeks now, maybe 1 or 2 weeks.
I saw a video where they were flying around in helicopters. Maybe it's certain helicopters they got. I don't know.
Well, it might be just another vehicle you fix up, and once you fix it up, then yeah, you can use it.
I think I'm the only one here who's actually played DayZ, right?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly fine with waiting until it comes out fucking better, because that game fucking is weird. It controls clunky as fuck.
Yeah, I did see a lot of the videos where it does control very clunky.
We'll be back from the App Store. But
they're changing something.
Yeah, it's midnight in the East Coast. Let me order my phone.
Well, no, that's why it's shut down, dude.
Anyways, I was watching the Claw play on his live stream, and the Claw was playing, and they had a helicopter flying in, and he was on like a little single engine Cessna trying to get it to take off, but he hit a little branch and it wouldn't move nowhere. Yeah. So
I probably would have bought it already if I didn't own Arma 2. So in order to play DayZ, I have to just buy the expansion, I think, or I have to buy it all over again, which would be both. So
well, that's why I'm waiting for DayZ game.
I'm just gonna wait till the game comes out, because it's when I very first heard about DayZ and was actually looking into playing it, I was reading things where they said that like the game had a glitch in it to where if you had a gun out and tried to climb a ladder, you would just die.
Actually, I saw some really funky things, like even people going downstairs trying to aim a gun, it suddenly goes very wonky.
Like it showed a guy and he went to get on a ladder and he fell to his death and died, and then some people were like, "You have to put your gun away." So I guess it's realistic, but I don't think they meant to put it in the game like that.
Yeah. I mean, even now, it's still really buggy in its early phases. I mean, like I said, I was watching the Claw. He was riding on the motorcycle with another guy. So. And they just riding the motorcycle, instead of having the hands on the handlebars, they had their hands perfectly at a 45-degree angle out.
Oh, I love it. Have you seen him sitting in a truck? Because the hand just stays in the same position, but the wheel keeps moving, but the hand is just like this, and the other guy sits like this.
It's some of the best videos around. You gotta watch DayZ videos. Some of them are boring, but most of them...
they're all boring for a good amount.
No.
Yeah, but there's some funny ones out there. Check out Zephos, Blue Zephos. His shit's hilarious.
People who edit their videos and then they fucking put it up.
Yeah, there's some people that put like videos on there.
That's just straight,
30 minutes of them wandering through nothingness. Yeah. And then zooming in, down there, nothing, and then zooming out, and then walking, and then zooming in and zooming out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, check out Blue Zephos on the Yoga Cast.
So, pretty much that's going to be our show, I guess, because there's not really a whole lot.
iPhone 5.
I ain't talking about no iPhone 5. And not the fact that I don't.
As soon as you stop recording, that's all I'm going to talk about.
That's because he's waiting until midnight. No. And it is going to be midnight, buddy.
They shut me down.
It's 12:01 Pacific time.
Don't get me wrong. iPhone 5 looks like a nice phone.
We'll talk about it when it has games out on it.
You know? Yeah.
I'm going to sell my PS3 to buy one.
You won't get enough money to buy one.
Seriously. Anyways. Ryan, Vince, do you have any shout-outs? I'm going to start off with you. Anybody from your art shows or anything? You don't even spread the word or blank your game?
I don't know.
Spread the gospel.
The gospel, that is. Blank your game.
Yeah, I don't got any shout-outs.
Chota, Mumbles?
Yeah, of course. I'll shout out to Mikey, Fedor.
Oh, yeah,
Ryan.
Thank you.
Nice. Jason Soto. Oh, Jason and Mikey both came to my art show. Ryan came to one of them before, too.
Yeah.
If we all get together, it's an orgy.
Yes. It is.
So
I'll give you updates for the next show.
For the next orgy.
Then I'll give shout-outs then.
And remember, people are asking about the new Quarters Required podcast symbol.
I'm going to give a shout-out to the guys that want the No Quarters Required logo.
They hit you.
I'm planning on taking care of some loose ends on Saturday.
They've been knocking on my doors with bats, asking me, "Where's he at, man?"
Literally knocking.
I want to give a shout-out to my ambition on Saturday. You can do it. Make it happen.
Jason, you have any shout-outs?
No.
Okay. Ryan?
Shout out to the Mixed Mafia crew. Shout out to Escape Hatch Entertainment.
Wow, he's actually got some shit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go over here. Hopefully, I have this laundry list. If you like our show, listen to also the No Quarters Required. And, listen to us on iTunes. Give both of our shows a rating. 5 stars would always be great, but you can rate it whatever you like. If you don't like us or you want something to change, hit us up. Tell us what you want. If you have any topics in a discussion, I threw it out there on Facebook, but nobody really hit us up. Everybody just asked us where we can download the show. You can download the show from iTunes and the website. It was a bunch of chicks.
What's
the internet? Yeah.
What is the internet?
What the fuck is the internet?
Podcast?
Also, shout out to the guys at the science fiction show. Hopefully we can get something going with them and we can get a crossover podcast with them.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
They've been wanting to have something with a couple of us.
That doesn't sound platonic.
Good thing I don't know anything about sci-fi. That would be all you guys.
I kind of do.
That's
that.
why
I live in that world.
That's why I bought that book, because I'm taking a sci-fi class right now for
That would
school.
be all you guys.
Specifically for this podcast.
And literally, I know way too much sci-fi compared to my classmates. Okay, I'm not going to end the show just yet. Listen to this. We have to do these weekly discussions on a thread, like a message bulletin board. So on the bulletin board, one of the guys writes, my favorite sci-fi movie of all time has got to be the Harry Potter series.
I will punch. I will dick punch him. What the fuck?
I'm going to punch him with my
I just
dick.
love the creatures that they make. It's all scientific, and I was just like,
Scientific, excuse
guy,
me.
I was about to. Never mind.
and I was reading his
Okay,
comment, and
thank
I
you.
was just like, I have to say something. So I said something very politely, like, look, I don't want to sound mean, but
Yeah, I don't want to sound mean, but you're a douche.
this is not a science fiction movie. The other guy, who's a fucking douche, and I've had him in a couple other classes, and he's a fucking actual
What's
douche.
his name? I'm saying.
His name's Michael also, but fucking...
I hope he listens to this episode.
His name is now Michael Douche.
No. But anyways,
Douche.
this guy said, one of my favorite sci-fi movies I've watched of all time is Sin City. And Sin City's such a great sci-fi because they're taking all these bullets and they're not realistic and they're surviving and they're jumping like way high distances, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
I'm sighing right now.
And the funny thing about the Harry Potter one is like the professor used Harry Potter as an example in class that day as to why Harry Potter's not a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, that's
And-
fantasy.
Yeah. And I chimed in. He's like, "What's the difference between asking the question?"
What's the difference?
He's like, "What's the difference?"
What's the difference?
He's like, "Why is Harry Potter not a sci-fi movie?" And I was all, "Because
Luke Skywalker could cut Harry Potter clean in half.
I was like,
The
in
proper
Harry
answer is
Potter,
because fuck you. Alright? It's like actually really bad that a fucking grown man doesn't know what the fuck sci-fi is.
Or even the difference between
Even if you
sci-fi
hate
and fantasy.
Sci-fi, you know what it is.
Yeah.
I know people that are like, you like Star Wars? Fuck, no, fuck, I don't like that kind of shit. That
It's-
sci-fi shit, it doesn't say like Harry Potter sci-fi. They know.
It's fantasy.
yeah, it's fantasy." And the guy who was talking shit about, or the guy who said he loved the douche fucking who loves Sin City was also sitting there going, he's like, "Star Wars is a sci-fi movie." And it defined the laws of gravity. I was like, where the
It
fuck?
defined the law. So where's Isaac Newton in all this?
I was like, when the fuck did it I go, Star Wars does not define the laws of gravity. So they do when they make the stuff levitate. I was all, that's the Force.
He's
Like,
trying to say defy.
yeah.
Oh, defy. I thought he said define.
You probably
Okay.
did say define.
Yeah, he probably did. They defy the law of gravity.
There you go. So,
Wow.
Midi-chlorians, alright?
fuck that example, dude. I hate midi-chlorians example. Anyways.
Well, hate them all you want. They're a part of you. So
No.
you hate yourself.
But anyways, on that note, I just want to say I know more than my class on science fiction.
And that's right. And that's...
And it's-
that-
and it's a-
unfortunately, it almost seems like it's not saying much.
It's a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing, but then at the same time, I'm like, fuck. So, anyways, check us out. We're going to be back in 2 weeks, every other Thursday. Listen to our show, visit our website, give us a review, post some comments, whatever.
Tell us if we're not drunk enough.
Tell us if we're not drunk enough. And remember, this podcast is brought to you by Blue Moon Harvest Pumpkin Ale and Stone Pale Ale. So pick up a case. Enjoy.